Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. What's up, gang? Hey, does this camera look quality? This camera look quality? Let me know. Does this look good? Does this camera give like? Does this camera give quality? No homo. Does this camera give quality? Oh yeah, I put that there strategically. I put that there strategically. Is there on purpose? Is there on purpose? Passion, no gatekeeping. You know what I mean? Yeah. Is there on purpose? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do it for fake. I did it for purpose, on purpose. You know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know. Woo. You know what I'm saying? I think this is quality. I'm trying to bring some quality to the streams, man. I done switched up the webcam, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to use the other one when I'm traveling around, things of that nature. But I'm going to try to start using this little bad boy right here when I want to, you know, get surgical and have high quality without recording from, like, you know, without recording a whole different video. I can still record and get some really, really high quality. Things of that nature. We're going to let people grab in. I'm going to start at 6 p.m. I'm going to start at 6 p.m. I'm lagging? You said I'm lagging? Oh, okay, bet. We good? All right, bet. Bro, they don't be joining, bro. I be trying my hardest not to aggravate everybody, bro. Like, I be trying to, like, hey, bro, like, come learn real quick, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I be trying not to aggravate everybody. But, like, at the same time, like, y'all nigga want to come learn something? Yeah, there we go. Good job, D. Nah, let's see. Join the Discord and put the photo in the thing. Put your photo in the critique channel. Bro. I'm trying to, you know what? You're right. I'm trying to get a playlist that got no voices. I'm trying my hardest to like get one with no vocals, bro. Like the vocals be messing it up. Cause I'm trying to talk and then they talk while I'm talking, and then whenever I get the when I do voice isolation, it picks up their voice too. So like I'm trying to like, you know, type shit. Ouch! Oh, I hit my knee on the desk. All right, let's see. All right, let's see what we can do. What we can make happen. What we can make shade. I'm trying to make this not be like too in my face, but like in my face enough. D&D just got turned on. We about to get active. I think I have to blow my nose though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think I have to blow my nose. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we're live on YouTube, you guys, for like the y'all TikTokers. There we go. Y'all should be able to read it now. I gotta mirror it or something. All right, we're gonna be going live. We're not going live, but I'm gonna do it in a minute. I'm about to start in a minute. Yo, what's up, Alex? I don't know what's going on. There we go. Bro, I was trying to do I was trying to do something like, I don't know what I was trying to do, gang, but it didn't work out like I was expecting for it to work out. I'm not gonna lie to you. It did not work out. I was trying to make a tutorial for Patreon, but it didn't really look exactly how I wanted it to look. But I was trying to make a tutorial like teaching you guys how to change the color of like shirts. But it was a good thought. It was a good thought. We got two? Yeah, hold on, wait a minute. What's going on? Right, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was trying to do. But I think I used the wrong color shirt. I had used a very, very bright pink, which is this one right here, and yeah. But it was still good because I was like learning how to combat everything, so it wasn't that bad. All right, now not necessarily a bad thing, But what I have to do now is I gotta open up Discord, and anytime I open up Discord, it damn near breaks my computer. So let's see how this works. Anytime I open up Discord, it almost breaks my computer. We're starting in 13 minutes, y'all. We're gonna start in 13 minutes. I'm letting everybody get in here first, while finishing up a client's photos. All right, Discord takes forever to open up, but when it opens up, it's opened up. All right, let me see how I'm gonna do this. Should I download the photos or should I just open them from the Discord? Okay, so I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna just do it like this, right? Like, just do it like this. And just review it. Yeah, I'll just do it like this, right? Ah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, I'm getting my clip thing ready so I could like record at the same time. Full screen? Oh, full screen this. It's not 6 yet. I'm just testing it out, but okay, so like this, full screen. Okay, bet. I'm just showing y'all so y'all can see it. So we can boost some engagement in the chat apparently, so that way we can get some engagement in the chat now. So I'm just showing y'all the submissions. And I got a surprise, not a surprise, but like low key a surprise. Like I got low key a surprise for y'all. Like not like low key a surprise, but like low key a surprise. You know what I'm saying? Why like you have two of it? Because I do, D. Because I do. Because this is the only way I can have this right here. If I have this moved over, it has a black space. It has to. This is the only way you can see the full size. Because you have to remember, an Apple screen is not 16:9. But the video that you're watching right now on Discord, I mean on YouTube, it's 16 by 9. This is not a 16 by 9. So you see how I'm moving the shit? The only way for this to stay the same is if I have it duplicated so you can see the full screen. So when I go to full screen now, you can see the full image. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if I had it like this, it would be audio over here and it just wouldn't look right because it's not 16 by 9. But yeah. So that's why I got that bit full screen. They do need to do better, but I don't know how you're supposed to make a 16 by 9 laptop. That probably would be ass, I ain't gonna lie. This is a 4 by 5. If it was 16 by 9, it would probably look crazy as hell. It'd probably be crazy. What's up, Curvo? It'd probably be crazy as hell, though. See all y'all in this bit now. Damn, should I start now? I'm waiting to start at 6 p.m. to try to make sure everybody, because I told everybody 6 p.m. I don't want to start early, and they be like, damn, I didn't get off work yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody to be like, damn, that boy done started. I ain't even get off work yet. Like, he didn't give me a chance to, be a part. You know what I'm saying? Look, the moment I start editing in it, look, this is while Discord's open. Shit about to start buffering, gang. Let me start closing shit. Shit about to start buffering, gang. Oh my goodness, shit about to start buffering, bro. Shit about to start buffering. Try to see what all I could close and quit. Notes is open. Let's see, notes. Apple Music. Shut everything off. Open gate on a laptop. Open gate on a laptop. He's at 6 p.m. I didn't even finish my bowl of pasta. What the heck? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 6 p.m. You know what I'm saying? We're starting at 6 p.m. You could eat while watching, bro. You don't got, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to be done with the pasta. You could eat while watching and shit. Things of that nature. You don't got to be done, G. You don't got to be done. You don't got to be done. You don't got to be done. Do 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 do. That's how you make that skin glow, boy. That's how you make that skin glow, boy. Y'all sleep, cuz. That's how you make that skin glow. Little do you know. That's how you make that skin glow. I did that bit dumb quick. I apologize. Do I? No. This is like a listen, show, and tell type vibe right now. This is a watch me do as I do gang. Boom, 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 boom. Why did I make it that deep? Because I'm about to do this right here. Just wait, just vibe. I'm gonna go back to the full subject, go up on the shadows, keep that black, yeah, pull up on the, hey, oh. Hey, oh, yeah. People just doing BS at work right now. I could do choose editing, set it to copy, masking, copy, and I could paste it. The same mask. So when I do like the body mask and everything, it'll paste the like body mask, skin mask, everything. Being that it's the same lighting, so it just pastes all the masks that I did with his skin. The same mask that I did on this skin. This one right here, you can see it's not on this one. I could press paste, and it's gonna paste it to his skin as well, just like so. And now I can adjust what I need to adjust. Same vibe again. We're starting at 6 p.m. you guys. We're starting at 6 p.m. Right now I'm finishing up my like own little work, LOL, while waiting. But we're gonna start at 6 p.m. y'all. We're gonna start at 6 p.m. Let me know if y'all fuck with this camera quality. I just changed the cam out. I changed the webcam out. If y'all see this right here, don't do too much. Yes, it's a bald spot. I had this since I was a baby. All right, so just a little bit to learn about me. If I tell you about my insecurities, you can't really say shit about my own insecurities because I done told you what it was. So you can't do shit to me. You know what I'm saying? But just letting y'all know, if y'all try to make fun of me or some shit, y'all start making jokes, yes, I have a bald spot. All right, I'm just letting y'all know. I had this since I was a baby. The way that I came out head first, so they had to put a suction cup on my head and they had to like pull me out. So that's why I have it right there, because it pulled off a piece of my skin when I was a baby. So yeah, I got a little bald spot, but that's why I don't like going for my left side, because my left side's not really my side. I like showing my right side because that's one of my insecurities. Haha, you get to know Taxi more and more every day. But yeah, so we're gonna hop into it. That's also why we're at Hat a lot. Just letting y'all know. How do we submit? Oh, join. So it's in the Discord. So the Discord, there's a channel that says live critiques submissions. It was like going for like the month, and not that many people got into it, but you could go and put it in your critiques. So there's a critiques channel on the Discord. There's a live critiques and a regular critiques, and you can put it in there. The regular critiques allows the whole community of PNG culture to critique your work. And then there's also a live critiques channel that you can put your stuff in for me to critique the work, but it could get critiqued by anyone. Hey Mia, you put yours in the critique channel, right? You put your critique in there, right? You put your critique in there. You know what I'm saying? We about to critique some of y'all photos and help y'all get better, man. This is don't take none of this, but this is constructive criticism. Don't fuck around and cry, cuz it's gonna be okay. There we go. Junebug done added his photos. Let's go. Keep adding them. Keep bringing y'all photos to the chat. Keep putting them in there. Keep putting y'all photos in there, man. It's in the Discord. So if you guys go to the Discord community, you will be able to. I'm going to show y'all exactly where it's set as well. I forgot that I could do this now. It's right in here in this Discord community. So once you go to the Discord community, you're going to scroll down. Right when you join in, there's a whole bunch of different stuff. Yes, but it's a whole lot of free game. I'd rather have more tabs in free game than more tabs that are locked because you got to pay to get into them. The only one you got to pay to get in is this one right here, but you don't got to worry about that. It's the VIP chat. That's like Patreon premium members only. But these other ones you guys can see is right here. This is the live critiques channel that I'm in currently, or you can even go to the content critiques. So where's it at? Content and photo critiques. And you can put your work into here in the content and photo critiques as well to get your work critiqued in here as well. All right. Yeah. All of these little vibes in here. So everybody done put their work in there, and you can also put your work in here to get critiqued live. Spoiler alert, I'm going to be critiquing work from both live and regular content critiques as well. Ha 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 ha. Very evil of me, I know, to not tell you all the truth. Ha ha ha. Huzzah! Yeah, I'm going to get the live critiques out of the way, and then we're going to hop into the nitty gritty of everybody who was too scared. For everybody who was too scared to add their work in there to get critiqued. For all y'all who was too scared, gang. Oh yeah, we gonna get y'all that critique too, cause you're in the chat. You're in the chat. You need to get better, bruh. You need to get better, so you need some critiques on your pictorials, gang. You need critiques on your photos. Huzzah! All right, we gonna do that, bit, bruh. All right, is it 6 yet? It's 6 o'clock. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me close this out for my client. We about to go ahead and get right into the critiques. It is 6 p.m. currently. Let's do it. All right, I started the recording for the Patreon because the Patreon will be getting the real, raw, and unfiltered of this. All right, so I set up I don't want to call it a challenge or per se, but I do want to say that I gotta record. Hold on, let me see. I don't want to call it a challenge or anything, but I do want to say that I want you guys to get better, right? So I have a community, if you do not know, by the name of PNG culture, right? So PNG stands for passion, no gatekeeping, right? And my main thing that I believe in, like wholeheartedly, is that knowledge is meant to be shared, right? I believe that knowledge is meant to be shared, and knowledge is not to be gate kept. I feel like everyone deserves to learn, and I feel like if you are able to help everyone learn, they can in turn be able to earn, all right? And which will inevitably change the trajectory of their life, right? Just from like that one moment of thing that you could like help them with is be able to change the trajectory of their life. You didn't even have to really do anything other than share a little piece of your knowledge, because one thing that may be minute to you may be the last key that someone else needs. Like, it may seem not too big to you, it may seem like it's not nothing crazy to you, but that just might be the last thing that a person needs to make it over to that next step. That might be the last thing that they need to make it all click. And that was the same thing for me. There's a lot of things that I didn't know when I was first starting out. There's a lot of things that I didn't understand when coming up. And the number one thing that I constantly got told was keep shooting. And you know how much that shit pissed me off? I would ask a higher up, somebody that was better than me, or at least I felt that was better than me in photography, and they didn't give me a better answer than keep shooting. Right? So I feel like it was both of our faults. I got mad at them, but I also get mad at myself, because when I get mad at them, but I got mad at myself because they're telling me keep shooting. For one, they're being vague, but for two, am I asking the right question? At the time, I would get mad at them because I'm like, is that all you have to tell me? Is that the only like advice you have for me, bro? Like, what more do you have to tell me than just keep shooting, bro? You got to keep shooting, little bro. It's gonna all come out. Like, what do you mean by that? But I'm also have to turn the camera back to myself, to point my finger back at myself and think, am I asking the right question? What I was saying was, what advice would you give me as an upcoming photographer? That's what I would say. And that's a very broad ass question. If any of you, like, that's one thing that I get asked majority when people approach me when I'm in New York or I'm anywhere and I'm traveling, and you guys approach me. The one question that you guys ask me is, what advice do you have for me? One, I don't know you from a can of paint. I don't know what advice to give you. I don't know how to tailor the advice to you. So when I was first coming up, I asked the same question, and I was asking the wrong question. I was constantly asking, what advice do you have for an upcoming photographer? And they would say, keep shooting. And keep shooting was the right answer. Maybe their tone wasn't right. Maybe I didn't like how they said it. Maybe I didn't like how fast they said it. I asked the question, they didn't even think about it. And the first thing that came out of their mouth was keep shooting. And in a sense, they were right, because you learn through shooting. The more that you shoot, right? You shoot, you get critiqued. You shoot, you get critiqued. Whether it's from a client, whether it's from another photographer or whoever, you shoot and get critiqued. And I would much rather be critiqued by another photographer than get critiqued at a photo shoot by a client. Because that is now digging into my insecurities. Because I may know that I'm not as good as I think I am, or maybe I will get humbled by a client because I think I'm way better than I actually am. Now I talk to a client, I take their photo, they look at it like, oh my gosh, what is this? That's the most humbling experience ever. And I'm trying to save you guys from that feeling. All right. I want to give you guys photographer to photographer advice, something better than just saying the terms of keep shooting, right? I'm going to give you guys advice better than the term of keep shooting, right? That you can actually use and take with you. All right. To be able to better your photography, better your editing, better your shooting style, better your framing. I have videos out on the 6 laws of composition. Amazing video. Took a lot of time to make that video. The 6 laws that apply to me. Not necessarily the 6 laws of photography, but the 6 laws of composition that I use in my photography all the time. Things that I look for, kind of showing you guys how my brain works. If you haven't watched that video already, watch that video. All right. And if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord, because that is where you guys will be able to have first-hand connection with all of these other photographers, videographers, content creators, models, and everything. Because we do meetups, we host a lot of different stuff, and we're doing something every single month and damn near almost every other week. All right, we got something going on. So make sure that you're in that, and make sure that you also submit, because at the end of each month, I will be doing a really, really big review just like this, going over and critiquing everyone's work live. So I don't know what day at the end of the month, but it will be a weekend, the Sunday, whatever the last Sunday is of the month. That will be the day that I will be doing these live critiques. So today we have a live critique on YouTube coming from promoted to you, presented to you, shown to you, delivered to you by PNG Culture, right? Passion, no gatekeeping. This is the community where we help each other every single day. I've been on a wedding before, and I messed up something, and I literally put in the chat, I gave them some tips really quickly. I was like, you guys, this just happened to me. Don't let this happen to you if you're out on a wedding. And that one little key tip that I didn't have from another photographer was able to just help like somebody else when they went to their wedding. Oh, I remember when Taxi said this. I remember when Taxi said that. I remember when D in the chat said this. I remember when Trey Captured said this. I remember when Maya said this. I remember when Mia said this. You know what I'm saying? I remember when LHJ said this. I remember when these people said this different thing, and that it clicked in the back of my head, because in the moment that I'm shooting, I'm like, oh damn, bruh did say this. Oh damn, sis did say this. Let me keep that in mind. And these are little. This is like. It's like, you know how they say it takes a village to raise a child? It takes a village to build a business. It takes a village to raise a business and nurture a business. And each of us are brands. It takes a village to nurture a brand and build a brand. So all of us are here together based off of love and the foundation of love. No monetary input, none of that shit. Just all of us coming together because we have a passion. We're passionate. PNG, passion, no gatekeeping. And we all want to help each other elevate. I'm on a wedding. I had something happen. I'm like, my settings were janky. I literally put like a whole few notes in the chat to help everybody out. Like, hey man, this just happened to me. Make sure this doesn't happen to you when you're out shooting. Try to use this focal length rather than this. I missed a few shots because I was using a wide focus rather than using zone or center focus. You see what I'm saying? And these are things that I try to make sure that you guys know as well. You get what I'm saying? So join PNG Culture with that being said, and we're gonna hop into this critique. I'm sorry for rambling so much. I just want you guys to know how passionate that I am behind PNG Culture. All right, it's passion, no gatekeeping. If y'all don't see the damn the hoodie right here, you know what I'm saying? The passion, no gatekeeping hoodie drops October 1st. If y'all don't know the vibes, now you know the vibes. But all the hoodies, the shirts, everything, you know what I'm saying? I got one on right now. But all the different sayings, we have like statement tees and stuff like that dropping. And if you guys are like, oh my God, he's trying to sell me some shit, I'm really not, okay? Just join the Discord and you don't got to give me none of your bread. This right here just pays for workshops. It pays for the Discord subscription that I pay for out of pocket. It pays for the mods. It pays for all of the stuff that has to do with this creation process, making the YouTube videos. If I need certain softwares done to be able to, use to be able to make certain videos, that's what it covers. It covers my Photoshop subscription because I create tutorials for y'all ass. And yeah, so yeah, that's what all of like the merch and stuff like that I sell covers. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hop right into it. Let's go, man, bro. All right. So we're gonna hop in. We're gonna do this channel first, and then after this channel, we're gonna hop into like all the rest. So I'm gonna do the ones that are up here right now. Let me see, because I think I remember. I know it's like this is super far back. Hold on, wait. I had an idea. Because I swear somebody submitted some. I remember this channel used to be a submission channel. Hold on. All right, bet it's good. We're good. Jump to present. All right. So I think we had a few people submit. So this one right here. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Oye Lincoln on photo. There we go. Boom. All right. So first, I don't really necessarily know how to critique, but all I know how to what I do know how to do is be real, raw, unfiltered. All right. That's what I do know. I do know how to be real, raw, and unfiltered. All right. Wait, you said you should make this stream higher quality than 720. What do you want me to do? What do you mean? Is it not higher than 720? What is it? Is it ass? Trying to say it's bad or what? Like what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Is it bad? It's bad quality? Because I could have sworn that I made the quality better because I switched the camera. So I don't know. Is it bad? Higher quality is wild. All right, bet. It's gonna be more glitching, bit. I ain't gonna lie. It's capped at 720, so your camera quality that look full 1080p. Way to go. What? So okay, tell me what to do. Y'all telling me y'all saying all these quality numbers at me. Tell me what to do. All right. I don't know how to use fucking OBS. Y'all gotta what y'all want me to what y'all gotta y'all better speak up before I just start, because I ain't gonna lie, I could have swore this quality looked good. That's what I thought. I mean, at least I thought so. You need to change 1080p in the stream settings. Man. Boy, y'all make my life hard, because what the hell is you need to change it to 1080p in the stream setting. I don't even know what the hell we're doing right now. 1080p, 1080. Actually, you know what? I'm recording it on a real camera also, so this recording not really gonna matter for real. The only thing that's gonna matter is the YouTube video that I make out of this, because it will be, you know what I'm saying, type shit. we getting hella content right now, and we live on Tickety Tick. You know what the fuck going on? All right, let's do it. All right, so this is the first one that we're looking at. Let me see. I already know I have to keep in my mind that the quality is going to be capped because it is Discord. But what I'm going to do is, let me see that real quick. Hold on, because I'm not gonna do this for everybody thing. I just want to do this one time because I got not a question, but like low key a question type shit. If it even like does it, is it gonna do it? Like, or did I just freeze my computer? Please don't tell me I just froze my computer, bro. All right, bet. Okay, bro, I thought I froze my computer. Okay, bet. Sorry. All right, I was just looking at the quality of the skin. That was it. I was just looking at the quality of the skin. That was it. That's all I wanted to look at. I just wanted to look at the quality of the skin. Because I could low-key see brush strokes. I'm not saying like, okay, I'm not trying to nitpick, bro. I'm not trying to nitpick, but I could kind of see brush strokes. So depending on what you use for this in particular retouch, I can tell that I feel like you did the frequency separation, but I do feel like with this retouching, you could have did a lot more on the skin before you went into softening it. I feel like you did very minimal when it came to. I feel like you did very minimal when it came to like retouching the skin, because I feel like you got a lot of the like, you know, maybe she had different like things, discoloration or stuff like that on her skin as well. But I feel like if you're gonna do it to the face, you should clean up the sides as well right here. It's kind of like just how I feel, because I feel like this piece right here could have left too, because I feel like you removed a lot of other things, but you left a few things in as well too. You finna do the Madden breakdown, drawing lines and stuff. You want me to? I'm just saying, is that bad? Is that bad? Like, is that bad? Is that bad if I do that? Alex, is that bad? Like, should I chill? Am I doing too much? I don't know. Tell me. If I'm doing too much, let me know. Let me know if I'm doing too much. I don't know. Y'all, y'all want me to like what? Cause y'all said y'all wanted one of these. So I don't know what y'all, I don't know what let me know though. Let me know though. If I'm OD, you let me know. All right. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see this in particular, but you can kind of see that there's like a brush stroke. So I can kind of tell that, I don't know if it was a mixer brush that you used in particular, but I can tell that this probably was a clone stamp. And then you also kind of left out some blemish parts here. You did a lot of overall smoothing on the whole face, but I do feel like you could have did more before you went into softening the skin. So I'm really giving the review like this because really, okay, mainly I want you guys to be able to notice things as well. So from a photography standpoint, you might look at the image and don't think, but if this was your image, I would want you to look out for these things as well. So that's kind of why this is kind of why I'm deep diving into these edits, because I want you guys to know what to look out for when you're editing your images or whatever too. So little pieces like this could have been pulled. Let me go ahead and make mine a little bit bigger, but little pieces like this could have been pulled. You see this little piece right here. But other than that, I feel like that was pretty straight. Overall, it's a pretty good image. And I know that the background is like how it is because of Discord. I know that doesn't have anything to do with you. But overall, clean vibe. How I open Discord back up? I forgot. Hold on, let me see. There we go. We back. All right. Another image, same kind of vibe again. This one's good. I feel like you did the same kind of retouch on here as well. If I feel like I need to open up an image, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna open it, but the teeth whitening, unless those were her teeth. But you did a good job. If you whitened her teeth, you did a good job. If those are her teeth, hey, she did a good job. But yeah, this is bro. I hate critiquing because I feel it made me feel like a bad person, bro. Because the shit that I would critique don't probably matter to a lot of y'all, but to me it does, bro. So it's like what you guys would like care. Like, okay, for example, I'm about to nitpick, right? Should I nitpick? Let me know. Okay, y'all want me nitpicking or do y'all want me like, oh man, what y'all want me to do? Let me know in the comments, because if you know me, you know what I'm about to say about this right here. If you know me, you know what I'm about to say. Like if you know me, you know what I'm about to say. Like if you know me, like, you know, Taxi. If you know me, then you probably know what I'm about to say. Do what you want, bro. All right, bet. All right, so this piece right here, I mean, this is just me. Once again, this is just me. I feel like this piece right here could have been liquefied in. Like, I feel like you could have just, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you could have pushed this in, like, just this. Like, I hate points. Personally, real raw unfiltered, I hate points. Like, I hate sharp points. Like, I don't like sharp points at all. I don't like sharp elbows. I don't like any of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Like, so this little piece right here, you could have, like, you know what I'm saying, got it right. Everything up here, perfect, great. You know what I'm saying? It all looks really, really good. And once again, you're vibing right there. You're good. You did a really good skin retouch on here. I like it. But yeah, I feel like that's probably my only thing on this image right here in particular is this little piece right here. Because I feel like you could have did that. You know what I'm saying? You could have did that. You could have fixed that little piece. That's it. You could have fixed that little piece. That's all. You could have fixed that little piece. And maybe, you know what I'm saying? You could have. Oh, TikTok asking me if I'm still a human. All right, you could have fixed that little piece right there. That's really it. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know, I'm not going. Me personally, I would have pushed this a little bit in, just that. I would have pushed that in to make that, you know what I'm saying? That's all I would have did to, like, you know what I'm saying? To insinuate the fact that she has a chest. And just push this little piece. I would have pushed that piece in a little bit just to, like, kind of fit flush with that. That's what I would have did. This is real raw unfiltered, my point of view. Y'all don't got to listen to me at all. Everything I'm saying does not mean I'm right. This is just my point of view, and you guys, I guess, are watching to see my point of view. So I guess I must know something. I don't know. But that, and then, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all I have to say about this image. Other than that, amazing image. Great lighting. You did a really great job. I could tell that you had an overhead lighting, and then I could tell that you had some form of, because she doesn't have, like, dark eyes. So you definitely have some form of, like, reflection maybe on the floor or a second lighting source coming from below to be able to cut out a lot of those shadows. Even though then again, her legs are kind of darker than her top half. So I don't think you had a light down there. I think you may have had some form of reflection kind of bouncing up from the ground, showing, like, kind of how much of her face has the light cast on it. So I could tell you had an overhead setup because, as we can see, if you guys are watching overall, you can see how the image has the lighting kind of coming down from, like, right here. If you guys look kind of closely, you can see the cast. Come on, bro. Let me draw. I'm trying to draw, cuz. You can see the cat. Come on, bro. Let me draw. There we go. You can see the cast of light kind of coming around here, and then you can tell that, like, that light, then whether there's a reflector, like, in here that we can't see, is bouncing up those lights back up towards the subject once again. So yeah, overall solid image, solid lighting setup. Love the lighting setup. Another image. This one again, I'm not a fan of reflection in the eyes. That's probably my only thing I'm going to have to say to you. When it comes to guys and reviewing guys' photos, I don't really have too much because a dude's going to look, you know what I'm saying, how they want to look type shit. And then a guy's okay to look a little bit more rough. They don't have to usually look as soft as, you know, the women. But I do feel like if you're going to do a skin retouch, why not do a full retouch? Like, did you retouch this yourself or did you use AI? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you'd retouch this, you would have gotten rid of these little parts right here. Because what's that? You know what I'm saying? what's this here? This, I thought this was on my screen, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? So you got this piece right here that you could, you know, make sure to get rid of the next time. You know, this piece right here you could have gone. Everything else down here below looks straight. I always make sure that my clients aren't ashy when they come to a shoot. Not saying that he is in particular, but I do know he has some parts are a little bit more gray than other parts. Overall, solid skin retouch, but it feels almost a little bit unnatural. Like, it feels a little bit unnatural. Like, I can see the difference where you stopped retouching it to where his elbow comes. So maybe you brushed everything from here over and you kind of, like, you know, neglected that elbow portion because you didn't want to get too close to the edge. You didn't want to get too close to the shirt, potentially. But overall, I do also feel like right here, let me see if I could go ahead and make my a little bit smaller. I feel like right here, if everybody's looking, I feel like you could have gotten rid of this. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna retouch and get rid of everything else, why not get rid of that? You know what I'm saying? Why not get rid of this? You made his, you know, his face nice and, you know, smooth everywhere else. I feel like you could have easily gotten rid of his tiger stripes right here as well. You know, unless it was a request to not, but you could have easily got rid of those if you would have did that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not necessarily connecting the beard or helping him out right here because I know he has a scar. And a lot of times I kind of stay away from scars myself, like to not, you know, do too much with them because clients don't usually, you know, sometimes clients want them. Sometimes clients are kind of indifferent and they don't really know what they want. But a little piece right there. Other than that, I think it was good. Yeah, he definitely should have wiped off his glasses. But yeah, we could definitely see you had a nice size umbrella raining down. So this is probably the same light setup that you used for the last photos as well. So it was a really good light setup, but I do feel like if you had him tilt his head down a little bit, or even if he brought these glasses forward a little bit as well, it will alleviate that reflection. So he wouldn't have that reflection in his glasses if he had tilted his glasses off of his face a little bit. Maybe he tilted his head down a little bit as well. I know a lot of people don't like tilting their head down because they feel like it's going to give them a double chin, but just a little bit. Or even you as the photographer could have zoomed in, like, no, not zoomed in, but you're probably at a really good compression, backed up and shot kind of down on him a little bit to where it kind of alleviated that as well, because that's probably going to be the one thing that people don't necessarily want or like in their photos, or like, damn, you can't really see my eyes. So that's probably the main thing I would say right here is just this. Outside of that, and then this little stain right here you could have got rid of as well, but other than that, solid image, solid lighting for sure. Next person. Now we are moving on to Diego. All right, so Diego shot this on a Canon R10 with a 50mm at 1.8, and then he showed all of these are edited images that he has shot and edited himself. All right, so let's go ahead and start back with the first image. This one right here is from a fashion show, as we can see. And overall, when it comes to lifestyle images and fashion show images, you can't really, the critique can't really be too in depth because there's a lot of things you can't control. He couldn't control her. He couldn't control how she walked. He couldn't control how any of that. So now I have to review this, and I have to give it from a point of view of him as the photographer, how he captured the image, the settings that he was using. So I can tell that he used a pretty good setting because you can't see any blur when it comes to her movement, right? So he was at a solid shutter for sure, because you can tell that she was mid movement. This is swinging right here. You see very minimal blur. Only a little bit of that blur shows up, just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and open this image up for you guys so y'all can see it. Only a little bit of that blur shows up, and just kind of doing this so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and when I say it, you guys know what the hell I'm talking about. So the little blur is like right here, things that he can't control obviously, but you can see that he captured her in motion, right? You can see that all of the things that what he captured was her in the motion, because all of this is in focus, right? All of this is in focus. All of this is in focus. You have reactions from people. All of this is in focus. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of shows how he made the shot rather than just taking the shot, and he waited till she turned and looked his direction. Because even though her body is facing one direction, right, her head is facing the other direction, he clicked it at the right time. I knew it was a 1/250. I was going to say 1/250 out loud too. Yeah. And it was good because of the angle that he was at. So he had like a lot of nice hair light as well on the subject. So with her being right here, all this hair light adds to this size as well. So it illuminates it and it helps him out, especially with that 1.8 lens. This is an amazing image. I really like this image a lot. Let me go ahead and zoom back on out. Yeah. So especially like it gives a story. It gives a story, especially it gives a story. There's foreground in here, there's middle ground in here, and there's background in here. A lot of that middle ground and foreground is her. So the subject herself is that middle ground, right? That foreground of these heads. This right here tells a story. It lets me know that I'm at a fashion show. It lets me know there's people in front of me. It lets me know that other people are here watching and attending this as well. opposite side of that as well over here does the same exact thing. Lets me know that we are at a fashion show, that other people are here watching as well. And also, you know what I'm saying, they have little drinks in there, they have everybody else recording with their phones and things of that nature, right? So overall, very solid image. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Another one, once again, leading lines. I'm already cooking. I'm already seeing it to be able to cook, to be able to show you guys what the fuck really going on for real. There we go. All right, now we're going to open up this one. As you guys can see immediately, the first thing I see out the gate is leading lines. That's the first thing that I notice out of the gate is the leading lines, right? So I'm going to use this one right here for you guys to be able to see it a lot better. You guys can see, hold on, I'm going to use yellow so you guys can really see it for real. And I'm going to thicken this brush a little bit. So he framed up the subject right here. Whoa, what did it just draw? I don't even know why it drew anything, right? But so he framed up the subject right here. Fire image because he's literally using leading lines physically. Right here, these both two are leading lines leading to the subject. Down here, the house's edges, leading lines leading to the subject. Framed him up perfectly because all of these things, even this, is acting as a leading line. All of these little micro lines, it just kind of, what leading lines do in particular are they guide your eyes. They are a guide for your eyes as the photographer, right? They guide you onto where you need to look as the viewer, right? They tell you where you need to be focused on as a story, right? So a critique that I would have in particular for this would simply be that I feel like he doesn't have enough headspace. I feel like he has a lot of, I feel like he has a lot of lower space. Like for example, if we create a rule of thirds grid right now. So if I created a rule of thirds grid right here, I'm gonna create a rule of thirds grid on this image. Bro, come on, bro, be on my side today. Like let me write. There we go. Rule of thirds grid created, right? Let's go ahead and create a rule of thirds grid on how this would be. Rule of thirds grid. Rule of thirds grid, rule of thirds grid. All right, this is not a perfect rule of thirds grid, but as you can see, more than half of the shot is everything down here. Like more than half of it is here. I feel like if you would have cut it here and showed more of the building, it would have told more story, right? I don't feel like a lot of story was told. I feel like the fundamentals of photography were really shown and were promoted, and that was amazing. But I feel like a lot more story could have been showed because I feel like there's a lot up here that I'm wondering about. Like I want to know, like me, I'm like, damn, what else? Like, how cool is that building, So with this shot in particular, I know you took other shots as well, but this shot in particular, I would have liked to see a lot more, give him some more headspace to tell more of a story, or even angle it up just a little bit as well. And now let's see what the next one is. This is a beach shot. Immediately kind of what I feel like I would want to see more of. Would definitely probably have been more space because I feel like she's taking up the entirety of the frame. I feel like the reason of you traveling where you travel to go ahead and take this photo is because the location was fire. I want to see more of those rocks in the background. I want to see more of those water. So I feel like if you would have maybe, framed it up to where, because this is a leveled image, I can tell because the rocks themselves are leveled going straight across. I feel like what you could have done was maybe even have posed her differently. I don't know if you posed her in particular or you just took the picture, but she could have put this hand here to kind of like show more of the side. She could have like turned her side a little bit, probably had her legs out straight. Also some more detail on your end as the photographer. Her dress right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could have been like, hey, like make sure you know what I'm saying, paying attention to the details. Main thing is paying attention to details. All right. So also, hold on, client keeps bothering me. All right, bet. So also that little piece right there, and then I feel like just more space. I want to see more of the location, right? She has a pretty good amount of headspace, but I feel like you could have gave her more. You could have like made sure that her fingers weren't cut off, made sure that we've seen more of it. And if one of her knees are hidden, let her know to hide the other knee because I feel like this knee is just out there. It kind of looks like she doesn't have a leg. But if it was covered by the clothing, then there would be no discrepancy in that. She also could have tilted her head a little bit more too, like kind of like just to make it more straight on, because I feel like it's too many points going one direction. When you guys ask me questions like that, you'd be like, oh, what the hell do you mean by 2 points? I'm about to show y'all right now. So when photographing, if you guys can see, I'm about to show y'all, you want to make sure that there is an even amount of points going each direction. When looking at this photo and I'm seeing that the points are kind of going against each other, so you have 1 point here going this way, You have 1 point here, so her knee going this way, that's 2, right? You have her head, so her head is going this way, that's already 1 point. That's connected with this point right here, right? So this is 1 point, this is 2 point. You have her hand this way, this is 1 point. You have her hand this way, this is 2 point. You have her shoulders pushing this way, this is 3 points. So you got, and then you got her chest even facing this way too. So it's like you got damn near 4 or 5 points on going one direction, and even her butt. You know what I'm saying? You got like 4 or 5 points going one direction and then only 2 going the opposite direction. It makes it like a C. You want an S curve. So if her head was facing this way, it would give more of an S curve, right? Because the idea of what you want is you want that S. So her head be here, curve through the body, and then the S is out. So this right here is an S curve. You see that right there? That would be an S curve. But right now what you have is a C, right? So what you have her going through is she's making a whole C. So I would have definitely made it to where her head turned a little bit more out this way to give one of those points to that right side. All right, I'm going to close out. Next one. Overall lighting though was really good. Your settings were really good. And I do feel like you got a little surgical on this one. I could tell you really tried. This one right here, let's see, action shot, man. So sports photography. I like this one because you did give her enough space up top to be able to show this is a gymnasium. There was no more bottom space or floor space needed because she is in a gym. So it was good that you didn't give her too much than it was needed, and you did do a high shot, and you caught her getting lifted off the ground, which accentuates action. So this shows that she was in action, in moment. You caught her in the moment, and once again, you're getting really good at catching that motion with very minimal blur. Her whole body, right, and only her hand has very minimal blur, but that tells a story. All right, that tells a story. This one right here tells a story as well. Looking the same, looking off to the side, framed up nicely. Overall edited well. I have no real critiques on this one. Maybe move the leaf or something like that, but nah, I definitely love this one for sure. All right, bet. Nah, I'm not gonna do one per person because like not that many people submitted. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm already through two people. Now I got another one to go right now. That boy said be patient. I can't do one per person because if I do one per person, like they submitted different types. This right here, right, is a sports photo. This is not a sports photo. You know what I'm saying? This is not a sports photo. So I can't do one per person. Then it's like, damn, everybody gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody has to, you know, get a fair amount of critique based all around. You get what I'm saying? Tell Cash Press that hi. Diego said, hey, bro. All right, so wait, this is the next person? Okay, Mia. I love this fucking image. This is her first time using Flash. Also, you guys, kind of giving back some backstory of this image. This was her first time ever using Flash. It was her first time using Flash. This right here is tough. All right, I overall love this image. You directly stole a pose from me. I'm not saying you stole a pose from me, but I'm saying like the point system. Girl, you listen to the point system, girl. Look, so if you guys, once I just showed y'all the point system once again, this right here is a nice curve, right? This is a nice S curve. It's an S. It's an overall S curve. So you guys can see through the body, is her head is going one way, right? This is 1 point. Her butt's poking out this way. That's 2 points, right? Chest going this way, 1 point. Knees and arms this way. Together, 2 points. Overall, even image, excuse me. And if you could see her feet, you would see that her feet were going that way, and that was another point. And her shoulders, you could say, was 1 point as well because they're also face and pointed one direction as well. So overall, through the body, this is a S curve. You guys see this is the S. You guys see it? It's making an S. Whether it's a frontwards S or a backwards S, is a damn S. All right, it's good. If she would have had her face kind of pushing that way, it would have made more of a C, which would have been a lot less flattering, but a lot of poses can be made to look good regardless, right? And then right here, overall, great image, definitely great framing. I really love that you gave her an adequate amount of headspace. I'm really big on headspace and allowing it to tell a story, because when you show a lot of the frame, I'm trying to make a rule of thirds grid. I can tell that she used it. Hold on. But when I can tell, so when you look at it overall from like a rule of thirds point perspective, I'm trying to make sure that it's like all right. There we go. I just need to be able to have like a grid I could just drop over this thing real quickly. But there we go. So another rule of thirds, boom. I put the grid on there for y'all so y'all can see it. Real raw unfiltered to be able to show you guys exactly how it looks. She used it. You see what I'm saying? She used it. All right. And you can tell that it's framed up because she used an even amount of filler for the subject, and she used the space to her advantage. She has foreground right here, right? So she has foreground in this image. All of these, why did it change the color of my thing? Don't change the color of my thing. All right, she has foreground in the image with all of these right here in front of her. This tells a story, right? All of this right here tells a story, right? And then she has middle ground, which is her subject, tells a story. Then she has background, which is all of the extra forest, tells a story. Okay, overall, great image. Overall, amazing image, amazing lighting. And I can definitely tell that your light came off from this direction as well because I can see the shadow being cast through her body, just like so. You can see what parts are darker than the other parts, and you can see which parts have more light than the other parts as well. Overall, fire image. On to the next one. This image hard as fuck. I'm sorry. I was holding it in for the last one, but this image hard as fuck. Like, the timing on this was impeccable, gang. The timing on this was impeccable, gang. The timing on this was impeccable, gang. I ain't gonna lie. You know how you could tell when somebody listens to the lessons that you teach? Like, she always asking questions. She's always asking questions. She's in every single live. Every single live. She's in every single live. She don't miss a live. If I'm live on TikTok, she's there. If I'm live on YouTube, she's there. So she's always soaking up the game. And it's showing. She's always soaking up the game. And it's showing. All right? She is always soaking up the game. And it's physically showing. Amazing image. I don't have really much to say to this. When it comes to sports, having that depth and being able to capture this in motion. I can tell the shot on wide. The warp goes with it. Rule of thirds grid still. I could tell that his head's cut off at the rule of thirds. Amazing job. Amazing job. I'm gonna download it just to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just to show y'all and mark it up for gang. All right. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna do it just so y'all can see. If I could just throw a grid on here, somebody need to teach me how to use this thing. But rule of thirds right there. Y'all, what color is that? I don't even know what color is that, y'all. Y'all can't see that. I don't know what color that they just made me use, cuz like I don't even know what that is. All right, but you can see, boom, straight through here, bam, straight through here, bam. She used the rule of thirds grid, like what? Like what? Oh my goodness gracious, man. Yeah. That was a good job. Really good job. Really good job. I'm trying to find something to nitpick at, but I can't because you even caught the sky and the texture of the sky. Yep. Good settings because of the motion. You caught motion. Yep. On to the next. Tough ass photo. I'm sorry I said tough before I even seen it, but definitely overall tough. One thing I can say critique wise is I can kind of tell that you maybe had a one light setup. Because they're kind of lit right here, but I feel like they're lit right here because of like collateral. Like they got lit by collateral. Like they're kind of lit because of how the light is supposed to look. You get what I'm saying? Like this is how the light I think is supposed to look is on these people right here. So if you kind of split it in half, I'm gonna show y'all real quick. If you split it in half, this kind of shows you like overall it's even. Like if you look at the setting and everything like that, it's overall even. But I definitely feel like this. Yellow. I definitely feel like these, bro, come on, let me draw, bro. Come on, bro. I think these right here are how the lighting was supposed to look. Like it's lit on these people, the way it's supposed to look. Posing, tough. Great job, amazing. I would have turned his ass to the side though. I would have turned him, you know what I'm saying? I would have turned him like to the side a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so that way he didn't get hit too much by the light. And I also would have put the light in the middle. If you had a one light setup, I would have put it in the middle or like less off. Like for example, I would have had my light either here, being that it was only like one light. I would have had my light here flashing off to make it evenly lit for everybody, right? Or I would have had it here. Right, obviously not this damn close to them, but I can't draw outside of the boxes. But I would have had it here or here. rather than having it kind of like off to this side, because I can tell how, like, you can tell where the light was because of their shadows. So their shadows are telling me that the light was over here. The shadows don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Shadows are telling me the direction that the light was. So out of frame, the light is down there, over there. And I can tell also because of the shadows on his face, shadows kind of on her face, also underneath her eyes, I can kind of tell. But over here, they're all like nicely lit, right? So I definitely would have probably either had all of them. Yeah, I would have had that light in the middle, or I would have had them all facing the same direction. Regardless, I would have had all of them kind of facing the same direction, and maybe just her facing like a different direction than everybody else because her hair slit would have been okay to capture that light the same. So I'd have probably had, yeah, that's what I would have did. That's what I would have did, because this one light in the middle would have gave you an even light spread amongst everybody, and it wouldn't have left them kind of looking left out. Overall, still a fire image because you're working with what you have, right? So this kind of makes them look left out a little bit. They look a little left out right here because he's like lit like how everybody else should be type shit. Like he looked like, you could tell he had the light. Like you could tell the light was shot at him and he soaked that shit up. Like he got all of the light given to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he got no eye bags, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So definitely feel like the middle would have been a lot better and put it up super high. Like I would have put that light up super high. I would have put it in the middle and I would have put it super high. Like I would have put it like here, like out of frame, duh. But it would have still been like right in front of them. But I would have put it like super high and down. You know what I'm saying? Like the sun. And yeah, that's what I would have did. And man, put that bit high power, back it all the way up. That's how I would have did it, just like that. Overall, fire image, fire posing. I would have turned his ass to the side though, because who are you? Who you feeling like? Like you feeling like the main? Who you feeling like? You know what I'm saying? And then who you feeling like? You know what I'm saying? But because they would have been fine if he he's probably good. I would have. Is he taller than her? Well, he's like super tall then. Yeah, I would have brought her up a step. I would have brought her up a step. Yeah, I would have brought her up a step, and then I would have turned him to the side so that way everybody looked the same. Cause he's facing straight, and then he's just tilted. So he was probably the problem for real. But yeah, overall solid image, great job. On to the next person. Bet D, my nigga. All right, D, this is too bright, gang. This shit's too bright. All right. And I don't know why, but I can see a little bit of reds in your white. Like I don't know if y'all see it. Let me download this image. There's like I don't know. I can see red in the whites. If I'm tripping, you know what I'm saying? Should I cop it? I mean, I would, but I would meet them in person and try it out first. I wouldn't just buy an 8200, and order it. Also, D, I'm on your ass. Let me draw on this, because I'm on your ass. Yeah, this is like super bright. I'm on your ass real quick. Hold on. Let me get on you real quick, my boy. Because let me see something real quick, my boy. All right, let me see something real quick, my boy. Okay. Yeah, this right here. Yeah, let's get right here. Yeah, D, you could have did better right here. What's going on with this right here? What's going on with that right there, man? What's going on with this right here? You could have did better right there. Yeah. D, did you generative AI this, gang? Did you gen AI the remainder? Did you generative AI it? Is that what happened? You generative AI'd it. It was outside of the frame. And you generative AI. You used generative AI. It was outside of the frame and you gen AI'd it to try to make the rest of the 6. That's what you did. You used generative fill. You used generative fill to try to. You used generative fill. Yeah, you did. Yep, you did. I know. I see it. Now, overall, it's a really good image. Very, very bright, but overall good because a lot of clients like the brightness as well. I would have pushed her collar in a little bit. I don't know. That's just me. And then I feel like other than that, I've been straight. I would have pushed her elbow down a little bit. That's just me once again. I would have pushed this in a little bit, just a little bit. Like I would have pushed it to right here. Like I would just push it to right here. That's it. I would have just, hold on, wait. I can't curve with this little thing. There we go. I would have pushed it in a little bit. That's it. And left this looking how that looked. Good overall job. I do really like this image a lot. It's very nice and clean, which is actually what clients like a lot. Is her lip messed up? Am I tripping? Or does she have, nah, she's good. Hey, D, man, you got to get this right here, bro. Come on. D, dude, come on, bro. D, I expect better than you, bro. You got the pack, or at least I think you do. But come on. You know what I'm saying? Use the researching pack, bro. Like, what's going on, man? I expect better from you. All right? That's it. That's all I got to say. Nothing else. No more questions. No more answers. All right, next image. Good image. I like this. I like this a lot. Maybe a little bit more headspace, but I like this a lot. Nice framed. Nice pose. Yeah, I like this a lot. Oh, what just happened? Your image is, there we go. I like this a lot. This is actually good. I like this a lot. Very empty in the background. Gives that there was water on the floor. It gives that there's still some greenery outside. Tells a story overall. You framed it up nicely. Rule of thirds, good. I can tell. I like this. It's not a bad shot. I don't have nothing to say for real. That was good. Another good image. I don't have headspace, bro. Headspace. Why is she 90% of the frame, gang? Like, back it up a little bit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Back it up a little bit. Just an eensy weensy bit. Because why her head so close to the end of the frame? When she go to post this on Instagram, she gonna crop something out, and you gonna be like, fuck. You gonna get mad. Cause you gonna be like, damn, why she cropped her head off? And then you gotta be mad at yourself though. But you already know what I'm about to say about this, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm an elbows guy. Elbows. You know what I'm saying? Elbows. This little piece, like push it in a little bit, something. You know what I'm saying? Round it out a little bit. That's it. Other than that, that's it though. But I know I'm a liquefier. A lot of y'all aren't liquefiers, so I'm like giving y'all the point of view from a liquefier. All right, I'm a liquefier. Her again. Overall nice image once again. This, yeah, S's curves tells a story. Yeah, tough. It's just a clean image. Like, it's just a clean. Maybe have, you know what I'm saying? You could have had her fold the remainder of the hoodie up a little bit, but other than that, it's a clean image. It's a clean image. I can't say nothing bad. Yeah, minimal skin retouch. I can't say nothing bad. That boy Jaden. Oh, and these images were shot on a Sony a7 IV 24-70 Sigma with a 80-600 and an 80-200. Let's see, my boy Jaden. Jaden, did you try to save this image? Was this image originally color and you messed it up and you turned it black and white? Could you try to save it? Because that's our motto in PNG culture is like, you know, if anything goes wrong, just make it black and white. You know what I'm saying? Just make it black and white. If anything goes wrong, just make it black and white. That's what we usually go. If anything goes wrong, make it black and white. Make it black and white. But that's really what overall it looks really good though. I think it tells a story. I probably would have just like denoised the sky a little bit, unless that's your stylistic choice. Like that's another thing too. Like that's probably it. But other than that, it gives action. It's in the moment. Has very minimal motion blur around the parts that need to be moving, which are the feet. You caught bruh off the fucking floor, which is lit. That's so hard, bruh. Oh, can you guys coach Noel through how to do it? That right there is hard. Caught bro off the floor. I think that was like that. That's actually very tough. Cause that means that you play unless you were just like you probably was just like with that A9 had that bitch spitting. But now overall, fire image, very tough, and it tells a story. 3 people in it all at one time, framed up nicely, leading lines, everything all at once. You had to work fast, and your mind was moving very fast. Very, very well shot. Once again, very well shot. I don't know why this looks or feels like it's not even to me, but I know it is because it's red line. So overall, it's good. All tells a story as well. Everybody's waiting on him. Tells a story. Overall, tough image for sure. Casper needs to be quiet because he's about to mess up the thing. Yeah, it's overall. Yeah, it's a tough image. I ain't gonna lie. This is a tough image. Were you on your knee? You were on your knee taking this one, like this low image, because I see you're kind of like on the floor. It's tough though, because it tells the story through the where they're like location wise. Casper, what you want? He looked at me like, who the hell are you talking to? Who are you talking to? He's like, who are you talking to? Oh, he said the color one. Hold on, let me go see. Oh, this is the one in color. Yeah, I like black and white better too. You know what I'm saying? This one's tough though because you can still see like the. But I definitely like the black and white one was definitely tough. Yeah, I fuck with black and white for sure. But maybe it's because I saw black and white first. I don't know. But black and white just gives that extra esque to certain images. All right, back to this image right here. Car image. This is hard because the sun glare in here is tough. Like, I don't know if you saw it through your camera lens or you kind of just shot it, but overall tough. Tells a little bit of a story with this car right here. I would have cut this car out. I would have probably like moved over a foot to the left or something to kind of got more of an angle. When you're shooting cars, shooting them straight on, they look straight, but like cars look a lot better from the corners. Cars are kind of like real estate. When you shoot a car from a corner, like how in real estate you shoot the house or the room, from the corner, and you be able to see a lot more of that car. So definitely a corner shot would have been tough because then you would have peeked a little bit more of this car in there, and these two colors contrast against each other. Even though it's kind of like maroon, but on the color wheel they go against each other, which is actually really tough. Overall, fire image. I love this in here. I would have cut this car out because it doesn't add to the story. Kind of takes away from the story a little bit, unless you were showing more of it, but it takes a little bit away from the story for sure. Let me see. There we go. One more. This is a tough image. Oh my goodness, this is so hard. I hate that this was in your way though. This was so hard, bro. Wow. This is a tough ass image. I really hate that this was in your way. This was a hard ass image. I really like this one. I have nothing to say. I like the lighting. I like the colors. It gives fall. I like this a lot. Yeah, that was a really hard image. Go ahead, Alex. Question. What happened? Alex has a question. What's your question, Alex? You better type that bit. Alex, we're waiting for your question, love. All right, what if you just cropped right on top of the thing in front of the image? That could be tough. I mean, I guess that would be, but like it wouldn't tell much of a story. It would cut a lot off. Like if you crop that, it would cut a lot off. Yeah, that would cut a lot off. Like if you like just didn't see a part of it, that would cut a lot off, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know how to do it in this, but that would cut a lot off, definitely for sure. Like if it was just like this, yeah, because it still wouldn't be the right format, like for real. Like I feel like you would still need that like 4:9 esque. But then again, like with the megapixels of his camera, I feel like he still would have been fine. But overall, yeah, overall it was still a fire image though. That was just the one part right there. That was the only thing. Oh shit, damn. Sorry, I had cropped it. Sorry about that. I apologize. What are they, gang? All right. And Jaden shot on a Sony A9 and a Sony A7 III. A Samyang 135, 135 millimeter 1.8, Sony 50 millimeter. He's a prime shooter, you guys. And then a Viltrox 20 millimeter f 2.8. Then we have Corn. Alrighty. Olympus Digicam and a Fujifilm X-T30 Mark II with a 50mm lens. This tells a story. I like this. It's a film camera, so guys, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to have like that noise. It's intentional noise because it's a film camera. All right, just vibe. Don't say nothing. Only thing I would say about this, I probably would have either showed more of the door or cut it off, so that way this could all be like even overall. Is I probably would have cut the door off or showed a little bit more overall, but I do love the contrast against the gray and the red and how you envision this. Overall, this is a very even image, and it just shows like everybody's at work, like everybody's in their own world, bro. It's so tough. I joined from Discord and was wondering how everybody was talking. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, everybody's talking? What are you talking about? Oh, you wonder what they were talking about, or what are we talking about right now? Oh, I don't know. I'm lost too. You're late. You're definitely late. 'Cause I told you 6 p.m. Joking. Ooh, bro, is this Lowe's or like Home Depot? This is different, bro. Right? This is so like cinematic. Gang, this is tough. I love these colors. Like these are hard, bro. And the angle that you shot it on, I'm like a non-straight on type of guy. Like shooting it from an angle, I can tell that you could have shot this straight on, but it tells so much of a story because it adds so many other things that you wouldn't have saw. Like for example, all of these right here, you know what I'm saying? By you shooting it side from the side a little bit, I can, you create more depth in it, so now I'm able to see a lot more stuff. It would have been a lot more flat had you shot it kind of in a profile of this image. It would have been a lot more flat with not as much depth, but this image has a lot of depth, and I really do like it. I like the colors as well, especially knowing that you probably really went in and dialed each color that you wanted to see pop. Love it. You caught the water stream up top and everything. Love this image a lot. I really like that image a lot. And that was corn on the Fujifilm. All right, we have a Nikon. We have D. I don't know D's. I don't know. But Nikon Z8 24-70 f2.8. These are landscape images. Oh, you take this as slow shutter? Because these are tough. The lighting popping off and I can tell you edited these too though, because you made the like extra illumination lights, or did this kind of like just happen naturally? Right? The water reflection like directly. And I'm really worried about these, like the way that this like illuminated, like the way that this is like illuminating. Y'all see what I'm seeing, right? Yeah, bro. What? Definitely, only critique here will probably be like it could be sharper, or like add some more denoise, but maybe you had a little bit of denoise added, and there's only so much you could boost to make it not look fake. But overall, I do like this image. I do like the composition of the image, and my favorite part is these glowing, kind of like skyscraper building vibes. It says Toronto. Toronto. Oh, an even wider shot, gang. Yeah, bro, all of these are glowing. I don't know if this is I think this probably just happened because this is tough. I think this is like just a part of how it was shot, because this looks good, especially like you caught the water's nice and smooth, slow shutter vibes. Okay, I like it. Ooh, bro, her eyes are like tough. These are contacts though, but those are tough. Like I want a pair of eyes. All right, these were tough. Only thing I could say probably for real was right. It could be framed. It could really be framed. Like so serious. It could really be framed. Oh, it's kind of messed up that you're not able to see it on here. Cause I have the I don't know why it's not showing, but I don't know. It's not showing at all. All right, let me see. Cause I have the chat up, but it can't show, but it won't show the chat on the thing. But yeah, overall fire image. This one right here, in particular, I do like her skin. I like the skin a lot. I don't know if you did like physical researching yourself, but probably just like flyaway hairs. I feel like flyaway hairs definitely could have been like, you know, brought to a minimum. You could have removed those very, very easily, like very, 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 very easily. Even if you didn't remove these over here, you could have left those, but like the ones on the face, kind of closer to her face, you could have got rid of. And this little piece right here, this little pimple, you could have got rid of that too. That's pretty much it. Overall, fire image, nice lighting. I don't know whether you use, looks kind of naturally lit. But then again, I see this, it's like a little bit of a, is that the shadow from your arm? Is that the shadow from your arm? That might be the shadow from your arm. Right, her eyes are tough, but those are definitely contacts though. You can see like the little line holding them into place. This is a fire set. Definitely would have evened this out. That's the first thing I notice is like, I feel like it's not even. Like I feel like it's not leveled. That's what I meant. Not even, but I mean leveled. I feel like it could be a little bit more leveled. I don't know why. Like me looking at it, I feel like it's a little bit like tilted, just a little bit. But overall, showing the beauty of the dress, showing how big the dress is, I would have probably had her lay her hands down to make it a little bit more natural, or actually touch the hair even more. And you guys already know me and shoulders and elbows just don't get along. So I'm not even gonna say that no more, because I feel like at that point I'm just nitpicking. But overall, fire image, I do like it. I probably would have had her push a little bit forward a little bit, because I kind of feel like she's like slouching. I don't know, the posture's kind of getting to me. But fire image, fire scenery, fire setting, rule of thirds definitely was used. And those are it for that one. But now we're on to the next one. That boy T. Why y'all just keep putting T's in, bro? What is your thing? Cut. Just that's literally all you wanted to put. Alrighty. All right. So he used a Canon R5. Sorry, you guys. Pronouns. They used a Canon R5 Mark II Sigma 24mm 1.8. All right, let's see this bad boy. Oh, 1.8 definitely is good. Like, especially like when it comes to like, you know, being in an environment like this and being able to see, you know, in the dark, essentially, like being able to see in the dark, being able to see night vision-esque. But nah, this is a really fire image, tells a story, and I like how you left it unleveled. You left it kind of turned to the side because it gives me that party feel. It makes me feel like I want to jump. You know what I'm saying? Dun, 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 dun. It gives me that feeling, you know what I'm saying, of wanting to also be lit with you. F1.4 be kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it'd be kind of hard to like gauge focus, especially at nighttime. Ooh, what was it? Slow shutter? That boy got two hands? Am I tripping? Or is that a shadow? Nah, it's not no slow shutter. I'm tripping though. Y'all see what I see? Y'all see what I see? Kind of like I'm tripping like his hand, like he got two hands, bro. But he don't though. But I could when I look long, I can see it. Everybody raise your hands. Hey, you see this hand right here? It's just like a random hand. I don't know if this is a middle finger or a pointer finger. But yes, you know what I'm saying? Outpace party. Yeah, it's definitely a shadow. But if you look at it quick, it looks like a double hand. No, it's definitely a shadow. It's definitely a shadow. Yeah, but like, do y'all see the vision though? Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see the vision. Okay, Ashanti sees the vision. I know that it's not like that, but Ashanti sees the vision though. You know what I'm saying? Ashanti sees the vision. You know what I'm saying? Ashanti sees the vision. You know what I'm saying? D, this is the new norm. This the new norm, D. This the new norm. All right, so Ashanti sees the vision. What is this right here? Bro, I'm being busy. I'm being very nosy. This is a beer, and he has his hands. Whoever it was, the DJ was making them, got them in a good mood because everybody got their hands in the air. He over there macking. Yeah, this tells a story overall. I'm a storyteller when it comes to photography, and I do love that. Like, I love you seeing and noticing. If you could have got a little bit higher, that would have been tough. But you could have got higher and like did a high angle down showing him versus the crowd. That would have been a fire image. That would have been a fire image as well. No cap. This is a tough image straight on, kind of showing the name as well as him. You got foreground, middle ground, background, symmetry. Overall, great image. Right here, foreground, people in the front that are kind of like looking at bruh. And then you have middle ground, which is him, which is the DJ himself, and these people right here. And all the colors are meshing as well. You got the blue separated against that orange. That was also very fire. I could tell that was done intentionally. You know, having those two colors separated more, especially when you decided to edit this. I like this a lot. I like the contrast of colors. Like these complementary colors hit. Another one. Another one. It's kind of what I was talking about when I said like I wanted that to see that top angle. That top angle was definitely tough, and it kind of shows his emotion in contrast to everybody else's emotions. Everybody's throwing the same signs up too, so he must be really that guy. That's probably his signature sign. Yeah. This image got energy in it, boy. This image got some energy. What? Oh yeah, right? Like, yeah, this one got some energy in it. I love it. His shirt says free hugs. Bro, there's a whole lot going on. I love it. Good shit, T. And you decided to strategically put it in black and white. Love that as well. All right, now we're going to Sham the Dawn. She used the Canon R8 with a Sigma 18-35 f1.8. The f1.8 gonna hit different. And then for the white background, she used the 85mm 1.8. And for the skateboard, and then a 50mm for the rest. All right, best. We're gonna start off with the skateboard one. I don't know if she learned this effect from me or if she did this effect on her own, but that effect is hard. I don't know if she learned this effect from me or she did that effect on her own, but this effect right here is hard. That's all I gotta say. This effect right here is hard. If you guys don't already know, I have a tutorial out on this. It's free, but I have a tutorial on how to do this little effect, and she snapped. The motion blur effect, she definitely snapped. I definitely fuck with it, and I like how it came out because overall you can see, I like it a lot. I really do like this a lot, and it tells a story. You can tell that it's about the shoes, but it also tells that he's like kind of like out on a skate park because everything tells a story. Half of it has, the half pike on it. Did he actually come down this though? Is the question. Like, did he come down it with the? I wonder. Like, that's what I want to know. Like that's the best part about it though too. Is like it tells a story. It leaves me thinking. It leaves me wondering. Like, did he really just come down this thing? Like, now you add that motion blur, so now it got me thinking about like speed. It got me thinking about speed. It got me thinking about everything that's creating that story overall as well. But yeah, overall, fire image. Overall, I do like it. You can tell that he's focusing, and you caught him in the motion. You strategically added the motion blur on purpose, or was it to combat with a quote mistake? Not saying that you made a mistake, but I'm saying like maybe where it was a certain part of the photo when you shot it kind of blurred and you're like, oh, this will give me a cool idea. If you did, that's innovation. But if you saw this image immediately and was like, oh, I have to do this effect, also innovation. But that's also like adapting to like what was needed, stuff like that. Because I've had images where I'll have somebody move and I'll mess it up and I'll be like, fuck. I'll be like, oh. Like, I'll mess it up and I have them move and like something's blurred. Like I took a picture one time at a low shutter on accident, and a client moved their head, and that bit came out so tough. Like it came out overly tough. On purpose, yeah. All right, you got surgical. I just don't be wanting to like be like, oh, you did a hard ass job, and then like you're behind the screen, like, damn, that wasn't even on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want like to be like, kudos for something that you didn't purposely do, because if you did it on purpose, you got surgical. Good job. Another fire image. I love the grade on this. That ball is in like major detail. Can I zoom in more? That ball is like very detailed. Overall, I like this a lot. My dog got little scratches on his neck. Overall, I like this a lot. It gives that grunge vibe, and then it also kind of frames it up because you have multiple things on each side that kind of balance the image. You have the ball and the goal on the same side. Those two things go together. I like that a lot. So overall, fire image. This is a jersey shirt. Tough. I like the grade. My favorite thing about this is probably the grade and how you edit it, because I don't know what you did, but it looks really nice. It looks really good, and his skin is still popping, and his tones are true to color. And that's a lot. It's hard to do when you have something that's orange, something that's yellow in the same frame as a black person. It's hard to kind of like calibrate those different oranges, yellows, and things of that nature to be able to look good while still having something else in the frame that also kind of shares the same undertones. So good job. And then this one, okay. Studio image. One thing I would probably do with studio image would probably been her hair. I'm a liquefier. I'm not gonna tell y'all ass to liquefy or anything like that. I'm just giving y'all a full, real, raw, unfiltered thing. That's probably it. One thing I always tell my clients for sure always is to not sink into your pose. So when you have your elbow out, when they have their arm out, I try to tell them all the time to keep them honest, is when you put your arm out and you lean on it, you sink into it. Like they sink, they kind of sink into it. I force them to push away. So instead of like you're leaning on your arm and you're like this, I force you to push. Like I tell them to drop that shoulder and push away. I said, don't sink. I'd be like, don't sink into your arm. Drop your shoulder, right? Drop it and push away. So now you push, you got your chest up, shoulders back, and everything just like that, you push away. All right, so that's probably the only thing I would probably say, and have her turn her torso towards me a little bit, or turn her torso towards you a little bit, because it will allow you as the photographer to capture more of that face, to capture more of that hair, and it would alleviate that bulge in her arm, and it would alleviate that bulge in her hair, because her hair is on the inside of her arm. So if it's on the inside of her arm and her arm is synced in, it's gonna all sync together, and it's gonna hide the beauty of her makeup and the face in certain areas. So if you have her push away from that shoulder will drop. That shoulder's gonna drop, right? If she pushes away from it, the shoulder will drop, and the hair will drop, and that face will open up, because they have that swoop on that side for a reason. So it's gonna drop, everything's gonna drop, hair gonna drop, fire image. But overall, I like the pose a lot. And yeah, it's probably my only real critique about that one right there. Overall, whites look good and things of that nature. Everything else looks good. Some little minimal background cleanup. Other than that, everything else is chill. And I'm a liquefier. If you were to want to liquefy this, I would have liquefied the hair a little bit, kind of pushed it in a little bit, this arm a little bit, pushed it in a little bit, and then probably this little part right here, this little points, because points, oh yeah, y'all can't see it, but this little part right here, I would have pushed in. I would have pushed in this a little bit, and I would have pushed in this part in the hair a little bit, because points aren't really flattering to viewers' eyes. Like when a viewer looks at it, they be like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to look at it from a viewer's perspective rather than just a photographer perspective, even though other photographers will judge you too. You shouldn't care about the photographers. At the end of the day, what matters is what your clients think of you and how you did for the photo shoot. That's all that matters at the end of the day. If your client loved it, then that's all that really mattered. They're the ones paying the bills, cuz. All right. Overall fire image. I saw the image before, and I saw that you posted it. I love weddings. I love it, and I love how this image was shot. My only critique here would have been if you were to, you know what I'm saying, look, I would have pushed my dog belly in a little bit, because it kind of looked like he got a little, I know it's just his vest, but it kind of looked like he got a little, you know what I'm saying, like it looked like he got a, you know what I'm saying. That's all I would have did. I would have pushed that in, and then I would have gave him a little bit more headspace to kind of like show where the location was. And yeah, and if this was like a singular image and not like a photo wedding shoot to where you took multiple other images as well, and this is one of the few that they selected, if this is one of the few that my client selected, I would remove the power outlet, and that would have been it probably for real, and just give them a little more headspace on the shot. Overall, I do like the style of it. I like how soft it is, and I can tell that you've been getting saucy with the skin retouching. I can tell you're getting saucy with the skin retouching. I would have pushed that little piece of hair in a little bit. That would have been it though. But skin looks straight. I usually go less on guys' skin. So when I'm like doing a skin retouch on males, I go like half the amount that I go for women. So that way the guy's skin will look too soft. That's really kind of what that's my rule of thumb, is doing half of whatever I do for the woman. All right. And that was Sham the Don. T, did you submit too? One thing I could say, I don't like how contrasted this is, and I don't like how their undertones are really potent. Like, I can tell that her undertones are red and pink. And those undertones within their face are very, very potent. That's the only thing I probably say about that, is like, go to the slider on Lightroom, go to the color red, go to the color pink, bring them down a little bit. When you go to Lightroom, go to the main menu, go to colors, and just bring red and pink down a little bit, and it will literally take it. Or you can go and mask out the subject's skin color, and you can do the same exact thing. You just bring those pink down. Other than that, everything else was good, but I do feel like it was very saturated, and I feel like there's a lot of headspace up here that really didn't matter. I feel like you could have still made this like a fire image if you would have angled it down a little bit more, showed the table a little bit more or something, and evened it out overall. But I feel like there's a lot of tint, like it's showing a lot of tint for no reason, or cropped it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, fire imagery though. Only thing I can say is it tells a story because it's for a business, it's showing branding, it's cute, but the skin tones and the cropping. My dog LAJ. Sony A7 IV for the first three. Fuck going on. And then a Nikon Z50 for that pool pig. With a Z, with a 24 to 70 millimeter. And Sigma F 2.8 for that first two photos. And then a 28 to 70 3.5 to 5.6 kit lens for that blue background picture. With an 8200 Pro. What is you talking about? All right, let's get into it. This image is tough as fuck. I don't got nothing to say. You know how like people in the when your homies just listen, like that's how I feel. Like when my dogs just listen, it's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I love when my dogs just listen. When PNG just listen, you know what I'm saying? I love this image. This image is very, 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 very good. All right, this image is very good. Like I'm about to show y'all why this image is very good. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm about to show y'all why this image is very good. If it lets me do it, if it let me be great, I'm about to show y'all why this image is very good. I'm gonna show y'all right now why this image is very, very good. Sent money to Thug. Money to Thug. All right, let's see. LOL, he said money to Thug. Oh, I just put two and two together. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness, bro, you're funny. Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. I just put two and two together. Y'all talking about my damn reel. All right. I just wanted to show y'all how tough this image was. That was it. Hold on. I just wanted to show y'all how tough this image was. Savage sent money to Thug. LA J sent money to Thug. Gunna ain't sent no money to Thug. Alright, but yes, amazing image is what I wanted to show y'all. That he used the rule of thirds grid. And another thing that my dog did as well was told her probably to look off. And if he told her to look off, that was also a fire call because that also falls within that S. So you have 1 point. Come on, bro. Why they changing the color of my stuff, man? Come on, man. They're made by yellow. So you have 1 point looking this way. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 points. Hand this way. You know what I'm saying? You got chest facing this way. That's 1 point. Legs facing this way. That's 1 point. This is an even image. This makes a perfect image. Enough head space. Enough floor space. I would have removed this right here. That's it. This little piece right here, that's all I would remove right there. Other than this, this is a fire image. This is a clean image. This is a tough ass image. And then you can see that S curve. That S curve. That S curve, gang. That S curve. Amazing job, gang. Amazing job. I love this photo. Like, this photo is hard as hell, bro. This is a tough ass picture. And then your skin retouching, yeah. This is a tough ass picture, man. Even with the sweat, you still got that thing looking glistening. She ain't got no oil on that sweat, but you would never know. You would never know that that's sweat. They would never know. How would they know? They wouldn't know. Sorry, tough image. Tough props as well, because where the hell you got this from? Because who bought that? Because who bought that? You know what I'm saying? It's probably hers, but who bought that though? Tough ass image. And location. This one's fire. I can tell that he's backlit, and you had to like kind of fight with the light as well. I don't know if you used a flash for this one, but if you did, I would have probably put my flash power up higher, and I would have brought my f-stop up higher to be able to combat that backlight, because I could tell that there's a lot of that was yours. I could tell that there was a lot of backlight, you know what I'm saying, in this scenario. But overall, it was a tough image. I would have leveled it a little bit more. I don't know why I feel like this just could have been a little bit more level, but I feel like maybe it is level. I don't know. It's kind of like, but the leading lines is working in your favor because it's going towards bruh. So that's actually a good image too. I probably would have came off to the side a little bit, and I would have like probably moved over a little bit to get that kind of like side angle of him, like more diagonal side angle, like kind of coming from this. Damn, how can I explain this shit? Hold on. I be knowing what I'm trying to say, but I don't be having the vocabulary entirely to be able to, like, you know, tell y'all what I'm really trying to say, if y'all get what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You did what I'm saying? All right, now. Because I be knowing what I want to say, but I can't. I don't be having a full. So I would have shot it. I would have shot it from a little bit from this angle a little bit. Maybe you got shots like that, but I know this is one of the ones that you submitted. I know you have other shots. So I don't take any of this advice if you already damn did it. But I would shot from this way a little bit to give, so that way now he would have been acting as a leading line, and this would have been acting as a leading line because I would have been shooting in the middle of the two. Instead of being closer to this, I would have been closer to over here, so that way all of these railroad tracks could now act as leading lines as well. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at everything, because the lines, the more, I usually don't try to pay too much attention to the obvious lines, because there are obvious leading lines, but then there are leading lines that aren't as obvious. So for example, the two major rails, this right here is an obvious leading line. This is an obvious leading line. But these are not obvious leading lines because they're kind of blending in. So you wouldn't even know that these are things that I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even know that these are things that the client or the subject may be looking at as well. Like the person, the viewer, of the image will be looking at. So I would have used these as well as some leading lines. Maybe like come off to the side a little bit more as two. That would have been a tough and overall hard image though. Those whites were blending a little bit. That's probably all I could say is right there. The whites was blending just a little bit. Blue image, where you at, girl? Fire. More headspace. All I can say, more headspace. More headspace. More space. Maybe have showed her. I don't know. I would have gave a little bit more of that blue, because she's leaning on like a shipping container. So I would have gave a little bit more of that shipping container, and I feel like her face is a little overly soft. I feel like you may have overdid the retouch on the forehead at least. Then again, this is how it's downloaded from what's the name? So grain of salt. But I think some parts are a little bit overly retouched. I've coached some photographers that do like an insanely overly retouch to where the shit looks fake. I don't like overly retouching. But I don't want you to go further than this. If you do any more further retouching than this, they're gonna look AI, and their skin's gonna look porcelain. I don't like the porcelain skin. All right. So elbow, I would have pushed that in a little bit too as well. I can tell that you did mask her out because I can kind of see the little lines on there as well, kind of like telling on you a little bit. But overall, fire image. I would have just retouched a little bit less on the skin, because I feel like when you zoom out, it kind of like the texture leaves. When I zoom in, I see it and it looks fine. But when I zoom out, the texture leaves. So every time you're retouching skin, zoom out to make sure that texture doesn't leave, because you don't want her to ever look fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, she already got makeup on. She getting her makeup beat down per all of that. But you want to make sure that the texture doesn't leave. Pool image. This is the Nikon image, right? Fire image. No diving was in there. I would have loved to see no diving even more. Like, if you would have came over a little bit more to the right, it would have been tough. It was like, I don't know why, but like just being able to like read the whole image would have been, I don't know. That's me nitpicking. I would have showed a little bit more of the water. There's a lot of sky up here. I feel like a lot of it didn't add to the story because there's no clouds. If there were clouds to fill that space, it's called negative space. So if there was clouds to fill within that negative space, it would have made sense for you to have all of that, extra negative space there. But being that there was no clouds, you could have filled the frame with this tree. You could have cut the frame at the tree and had more water being shown, because the water is telling the story of me being at a pool. Right? You could have showed more of her hand a little bit, maybe zoomed out just a little bit and angled down just a little bit, because it would have told more story overall of her being at a physical pool. I see the chair, I see the little pool thing right there. I know that's to clean the pool, but it's like a lot of sky. You know what I'm saying? A lot of sky, and then I guess not enough pool. So I probably came down just a little bit, stuff like that. And yeah. Overall, great ass job. I love my two favorite images are this image and then the train tracks image. These are my two favorite images. Those were solid. Those were tough. All right, a Canon M50 with a 24-70 lens. We have my dog, and then we have 70 millimeter. Then we have my dog Nakumba. We have 70 millimeter f. What am I saying? 1/500 shutter, 1/400 shutter. 1/100 shutter. Oh, my dog gave full detail for everything, so you guys will be able to see exactly what he did for each of these images that we're going to drop into. And then he used the newer Q3 strobe as the flash as well, with a MacLeod spear with the gold doors. All right, this is a hard image. Definitely, he was walking on the stage, so this was hard. It gives main character. If you took this shot like this and giving main character, I would have got her ass out of here. Whoever head this is had to go, no cap, because this gives main character, only person on stage. I'm important. Like, this is what that gives me. Like, oh, you're an important ass person. You know what I'm saying? I do like this image a lot. These look unintentionally intentional at the same time, like unintentionally intentional. unintentionally intentional, because you framed his head up in front of one of the lights as well, so it was able to outline him perfectly, just like how I did. So that was overall fire. And then I also feel like there was a part of it to where maybe your lens wasn't wiped fully, and that's probably why you did this, but it worked in your favor this time. It worked in your favor because I like it and I think it's tough and it's smooth. And I would probably like made this a little bit more leveled, because you guys can see how this part right here is a little bit lower than this part. I would have just leveled it out a little bit, and I would have got rid of her head right here, and then we'd have been good. This one right here, a little bit more headspace. I like she's red. She is red, gang. She is red. Maybe she was red. Maybe her skin tone is red. Maybe this is exactly how she looks in real life. And if that's how she looks in real life, then you know what I'm saying, that's fine. But if this is not how she looks in real life, you got to go on that slider on Lightroom and you got to bring that shit down, gang. All right? You got to go on the slider on Lightroom and you got to bring it down, gang. You got to bring it down, all right? You got to go on the slider on Lightroom and you got to bring it down, all right? What you got to do is you're going to go right in the Lightroom, and what you're going to do is, this is a JPEG, so obviously it's not going to do shit for me, but I'm going to color wheel, right? You're going to go down to where these colors are, just like so, and you can bring it down. You can bring down the color that you see the most in the subject overall. Because what you could do is, you could bring down, you see that she has red in it, bring them reds down. You see how the reds are leaving? I can bring some reds down a little bit, or maybe even if it's orange. Is orange a real problem? You can bring the oranges down just a little bit, just a little bit. This is before, this is after. Before, after, just a little bit, right? And you could even go up on the luminance a little bit. I don't know which way she is. You want to make her look more tan rather than red. You don't want any reds in there. You want her to look more tan than red, right? So you want her to look more tan than red. So this is after, this is before. This is after, this is before. So it looks a little more real tone. And if you want to bring the color back to that background, what you would do is you would go to masking. You would do a background mask, right? And you can go right back to the same, you can go back to the same vibe, go down to color, and go up on the saturation of the background a little bit to bring the color back to that background. You see what I'm saying? So now you just edited the top layer for her, and you have the background. Boom. So this is before, this is after. This is before, this is after. I would have came down on those skin colors. Definitely. But overall, the image was fire that you took, and I do like how you captured everybody, capturing her in the absence. That was pretty fire. She's like mid-blink. But I do like this overall, and I like how you framed her on one of the third lines. So I can tell that there was a rule of third line here. If I hit crop, you can see where the rule of third line lays at, and it falls right on the rule of third line. I see that you framed her up nicely, right through the chest, right through the knees. That was perfect framing. I love that. It was cool. You put her off to the side because you had something to fill that negative space. People are inside of this negative space. There's a building inside this negative space. There's light in this negative space. So all of everything here had intention. So overall, good shot. All right, on to the next one. Oh, this is tough. I like this. This is like family nostalgia, like a family, like Musa vibe. You know what I'm saying? I like this a lot. This is actually really good. I like this a lot. I would have probably gotten even like a little bit higher of an angle, like a little bit higher to kind of get more of that light touching onto it. And I'd even probably took like a little bit closer vibe as well of the like kind of cut some more of this out and just like cropped it to where only this right here was a part of the story. Because I feel like some of this is a little bit left off. It shows that the light's coming, but I feel like right here is all that really matters. I feel like everything else is kind of just extra. Maybe even like, yeah, I feel like cropped in a little bit more, or more of a zoomed in focal length would have been harder too as well. But I do overall like the colors. I like the story that you're telling behind it as well. It's like, go touch some grass, bro. Like go be one with nature, gang. Overall, right here, same thing again that I just showed you. Same thing once again that I just told you, gonna be the exact same thing again. You literally just go right into the same exact thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's literally all I gotta tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Open in Lightroom. You open that bad boy up. All you gotta do is take the same exact image right here. You know what I'm saying? I would have hit crop. I would have framed it up a little bit better, lined it up with that right there. Might even cropped it down more. Maybe even throw her on the side, to like for where some of the door, you see a little bit of her reflection there. Maybe that would have told the story. Maybe some more over here. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. And then I would have went right here to where it goes the orange, and I would have turned down the oranges. You see what I'm saying? That's all you had to do. This is before. Turn down them oranges. That's it. That's it, bro. And now she looks so much more realistic, gang. She looks so much more realistic. All you had to do is turn down them oranges, right? And then boom, luminance. Boom, bam. Literally, that's all. That's it. That's it. Just like that. This is before. This is after. This is before. This is after. That's all you had to do. Just pull that down a little bit, and now you have an amazing image right there, and just cropped it. You see what I'm saying? That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. Now on to the next one. Now we have Viper. All right, shot on a Canon R50, a natural light 24-70. Oh, natural light with a 24-70 for the baby photo. For the cosplay photo, she used natural light 24-70 f2.8 Mark II, and then for the old-fashioned suspenders photo, a 24-70 f2.8 with 2 softboxes. And then she used, for the abuela, she used 50mm f1.8 natural light. She wants composition, editing quality, and whatever else. Critique on composition, editing quality, and whatever else. Let's do. Said Viper said she busy. She could watch the replay. It's all good. You could watch the replay. You're good. All right. Number one thing that I would say for me. This is just for me. This is not. These are all things that I would say for me. You know what I'm saying? These things that I say for me. I feel like your watermark is huge. Like, that's just me though. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like this one was smaller, and that's chill. But I feel like the watermark, I feel like your watermark is massive. Like, your watermark is big, gang. Like, if I want to use this for, like, my own personal use, I'm going to be like, damn, I can't use this as a, you know what I'm saying? I can't use it as, like a portfolio picture or nothing like that. But framing as well on this one right here was good. This was cute, especially for the baby. I feel like it could have been a little more even. Like, I probably would have like framed him up in the middle a little bit more. I know you want to show a little bit of the balloons, but I would have kind of like moved it over just a tad bit to the right. You can't really control babies, so obviously, but like from your point of view as the photographer, just pulling it over just a little bit. There's no watermark on there. On their delivery. Okay. You add it to your portfolio. That's one thing I would say. Like, if you it's for your Instagram photos. But one thing you have to think about too is when you post the photos on Instagram with a watermark that big, clientele that's looking to book you are gonna think immediately like her photos are gonna have watermarks like that. And I'm not saying it to bully you. I'm saying it from first person point of view, right? I'm saying first person point of view. I've had clients. My watermark used to be taxi, and then inside of it used to be like photographer, something like that. And it used to be like taxi at the bottom and stuff like that. And clients used to get on my ass because I had like I would feel insecure because I had clients text me and be like, "Hey, I want to do a photo shoot with you, but could you please not put that big bold watermark on my photos?" And like, you'll make me feel like, damn, like. I would get mad. I'd be like, you don't want me branding my work? I wouldn't say that out loud, but in my head, I'm like, damn, you don't want me branding my work? Blah, 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 blah. But I had to think, like, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know that, like, on delivery, they're not going to have them on there. Like, clients are going to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to think, whatever they see on Instagram, they're going to think that that's the same work. They're going to think that that's the same work and quality and things of that nature that they're going to get in person. So that one simple thing could throw somebody off. Overall, that could throw somebody off. That can make them not want to, work with you. Like, that can make them be like, nah, I'm actually good, or nah, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? From that one thing, just by you having it on there, they could be like, because I've had clients do that, bro. They be like, I wanted to, like, one person told me, I wanted to book with you, but your watermark just too big, and I wouldn't want that on my photos. And I'm like, damn, like, But after a while, when I stopped caring so much about watermarks, and I started caring a lot more about pushing out the work and making sure that my dope was good, I started to grow because I was holding on to my watermarks for so long because I felt like it was a pride symbol or it was a piece of me or whatever. It's like, if you really think about it, it really doesn't matter because your mindset is, oh, somebody's going to, not saying you in particular, but I'm saying my past mindset. I'm talking to younger me. My mindset was, oh, somebody's going to steal my photos. Oh, another photographer's going to steal my photos and add them to their portfolio. And like, what can you do about that? Nothing. If another photographer steals your photos and adds them to your portfolio, what the hell is a watermark? What is your watermark going to do differently? I'm not yelling. I'm not saying you. I'm talking about myself because I had to get mad at myself for this because I got mad. I'm like, a photographer's going to steal my stuff though. And I'm like, if you think about it though, if a photographer wanted to steal your work, they could just generative AI your watermark out. Like, they can still do what they want to do to steal your picture. If they want to steal your photo, they're going to steal your photo. You know what I'm saying? There's so much shit going on, especially nowadays, bro, where your watermark doesn't even matter no more. It just matters whose hands you're touching, what cards you're giving them, who you networking with, who do you know. You know what I'm saying? How many times are you in front of a camera? How many times are you, how many times are you out in the open giving out game? Like, how many times are you showing them the experience that they're going to get? The experience matters way more than a lot of things that we think about, that we think matter as photographers. So, yeah. I believe the only thing that you can do to prevent someone from stealing is to have evidence that you shot it. So do BTS for everything. Exactly. That's why I do BTS for every single shoot that I post. I'll post the photos, but you're going to see me shooting that bit as well. That's why when it comes to photographers that hide behind their work, that's why when it comes to photographers that hide behind their work, it works against you, because all you have to show for your photos is your photos. You don't have to show the process that you took to capture those photos. You just have the photos themselves, right? A pro told me that you should want to be so good that people know your photos by your image. That's why storytelling is so important. That is very true. Do you want your photos to have not even necessarily a specific style, but just your photos are hard, like, to where your shit hit numbers on social or do good wherever or get shared so much to where if you're thinking so much about a watermark and not thinking about how the photo was shot or the intention that you put behind the photo, you're doing it all wrong. Because when your photo hits the internet or somebody else posts it or a client, you want them to like it so much that they share it so much. Regardless if you're tagged into it or not, they're sharing it. And they're looking at it like, oh my God, who took that picture of you? Oh my God, who did this for you? Oh my God, they're going to ask. If your dope is good, it's going to sell itself. If your dope is good, it's going to sell itself. You don't have to sell the dope. I want everybody to know that I shot it. That was me. I want everybody to know that I shot it. I need to have my name on it. It's like a signature. It's like an art piece without a signature. If I got good dope, it's going to sell itself. It's like an art piece without a signature. If I got good dope, it's going to sell itself. I don't got to force it to be sold, especially for someone who's giving me money to take photos of them. Now, if the photo came out good enough, they're gonna share it. They're gonna tell everybody who if they had a great experience. Also, they're gonna share it. Everybody who knows them are gonna want to come shoot with me because I took great photos. All right, good dope sells itself. Good dope will always sell itself, bro. Good dope will always sell itself. But fire imagery, though. There's one thing I can't say. To the FBI agent, we not selling no dope. Yeah, FBI, we not selling no dope, bro. We just saying, you know what I'm saying? I love this pose. I love this pose. I love this pose overall. I love the lighting overall. There's little tints of like underlying of like little bits of red in his skin, but I mean that just adds to him as a person and like what his undertones are, which are really good. Because I remember when you were editing this image, you were asking for critiques on it, and you were pulling those reds out of the skin. Did a good job at pulling it out. Me, once again, I'm a guy when it comes to sharpness, like little sharp parts of the body. I would push that in, and I'd push that in. That's probably literally it. Because yeah, and I would not have a watermark. That's it. But overall, background looks nice. That looks nice. I don't know if this is gray or like my eyes are throwing me off. It's like brownish gray. It's like a kind of tough. Like I like that background. I want it. Give me it. Is it like a tan? Like I like it. I like it. Now this one right here. This is tough. Was this a church? What is he in front of? This is like OG, like this is like OG, like this is like I'm thinking Rey Mysterio. Like I'm immediately thinking Rey Mysterio. I like this a lot. I like this image a lot. I don't know why, but I like this image a lot. All I can say about this one is the watermark. That's it. But I like this image a lot. The framing is really nice. The lighting is good. I don't know if I think you did natural light, you said, but overall the composition is fire. You framed it up great. You have a great amount of headspace. I would probably show it a little bit. More of the tip of this. That probably been it. Like I'd probably cut off this bottom stair just to be able to finish the top up here, to finish the full story, to finish the frame, to finish the image. I probably would have just did that, but that probably been it. But that overall that was a fire image. This is the close up with him. There's another fire image. What's on that? You could have removed his sweat. You could have did him some justice and got his sweat out of there. You could have helped that man out and removed his sweat. Viper. That's my only thing I gotta say about that. Nothing else though. I like this image though. But my only thing I can say is my eyes went immediately to the sweat. I was like, there's something bright on his forehead. That was the first thing I looked at. Was there something bright? His eyes being green are tough, but definitely just a sweat. Other than that, it was a tough image. Abuela, this no critiques needed. This is fire. No critiques. No critiques. No critiques. This is fire. I'm trying to create a critique in my head, but I can't. This is really good. I like this a lot. This is an amazing image. Nothing to say. This is an amazing image right here. That's great. Amazing image. I don't have nothing to say about that. My dog, Duck. Where Duck at? Duck. Sony A7R III with an 85 mil, 35 mil, and a 50 to 105. I mean to 150 millimeter, and they're all edited. This image is tough. This image is tough. I would have shot at a higher shutter though. That's probably it. I would probably shot at a higher shutter. What did you shoot at? What was the? Was it a 1.8? I don't know what your the apertures are on this image. I mean on your lenses. But I would have shot at a higher shutter. That's it. To be able to make sure that everything is in focus, because I can see a lot of blur. There's a lot of blur in the fabric of her shirt. A lot of blur here in the hand. I would have shot at a higher shutter. That's it. I'd have shot at a higher shutter. Higher shutter. Low enough F you already have, but definitely a higher shutter. It is a good shot. It is a good shot for sure. I would have shot at a higher shutter. That's it. A little bit of a higher shutter. Ace saying be. Oh, this is tough, bro. This is tough. What? See, this is what I would have did though. I would have gotten this skin color to match this skin color. Like I would have got this one to match a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? You got the A7 III and you love it? See, yeah. Already got six games. Yeah. Good shit, G. Now go ahead and go back to posting your content. You owe me like 4 POV videos on YouTube. What's really going on, Project X? You thought I forgot, gang? You thought I forgot? You think shit's sweet? You thought I forgot that you owe me YouTube videos? You thought I forgot, gang? You better put that POV mount on and go film some. Thought I forgot. Came here, thought it was sweet. Nah, I'm fucking with him though. I just trying to push him to be a better version of himself, man. Posting videos, bro. All right, so literally, I just came down on the color. That's probably what it with this one. I like this one a lot. Composition, framing, amazing. This is a clean ass mirror. I don't even know how you found a mirror this clean outside unless you clean it yourself. But this is a clean ass window. I like it a lot. I would just match these colors to her, and I probably would have tilted it a little bit more to the right to make this fully in the middle. Fire image though. This is hard as hell. This is tough. Is that a microphone in the hand? What is that? A gas mask? I don't know what it is, but it's tough. This is a fire image. Told a little bit of story by showing some of this right here. I'd probably got a little bit lower and showed a little bit more of the podium. Like a little bit more of a little bit higher angle. I'd show like a little bit higher angle. Like I would have went down a little bit and like I went down a little bit and like angled it up a little bit more and like, because this is a hard image and it's black and white. No real critique other than that. I would probably just framed it up a little bit better. That was it. Framed it up and leveled it out. That was it. That's it. That's tough. Okay, see, if the sweat was on purpose, then you're good. If the sweat was on purpose, you're good. I'm just saying in case it wasn't on purpose. That's it. The hair looks like fire to me. This one? Ooh. This is tough. Good shit, Duck. This is tough. I just came out in whites a little bit. That's probably it. But the whites are really white. That's it. I just came out a little a little tinge, and they got a little bit of an orange tint to it. But maybe she's not wearing white. Maybe this is like an off white or an eggshell. But regardless, fire image, fire. Like it's like a black plain. I like this a lot. Her lashes. How do you even put those on? I like this image a lot. It says a lot without saying anything. I like this image a lot. Right? The light was fire. The light is fire. Literally, bro. Yeah, bro. I like this. I like this too. I probably would have like selected her on Lightroom a little bit and probably like boosted her highlights a little bit. And I would have took a little bit of the reds out of her skin. I feel like she had a good amount of reds in her skin. I would have kind of pulled those out a little bit. But other than that, fire image. Who's next? 1, 2, 3, 4. Got cars. All right, bet right here. All right, the Junebug had a Sigma 105, f1.8, 1.4, f2, and then Natural Light with an 85 1.8 at 1.8. Okay, yeah, 85 1.8 at 1.8, and he used a Nikon Z7 Mark II. This is tough. This is tough, and it's clean. Like, it's tough and it's clean. They did. They was texting in the New York chat. They was texting about New York Fashion Week in the chat. There's like a whole New York chat on the channel. There's a whole New York chat. They were texting in the New York chat. Yeah, this shit's hard. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if you posed him or what, but this was tough. This was tough. I would have shot it a little bit higher. A little bit. Actually, no, it's fine, bro. I would have shot zone. Never mind. I can't tell you what to do. I'll be forgetting. I can't tell you what to do. But this is tough. This is tough. That boy got that watermark. This is tough, though. This is a tough image. Nothing bad to say. The browns look very nice. The skin color looks very nice. Nothing bad to say. Another thing about this sharp image, I would have gave him a little more space. I feel like the image is very cropped in, and if he were to post this on social media, you have to think about it. Like if they're to post this on social, if he wanted this to be his, like, you know, his profile picture, he wouldn't have enough space to make it into a circle. You get what I'm saying? Like, the circle, it needs to be enough to be able to crop it to a circle, which is why I always do 4x5. I would have gave him more, you know, more space on the sides of his arms. I would have gave him more space on the sides of his arms. What I would have did, I would have backed up a little bit. Once again, fire image. Probably give him a little bit more of a lean. I would have tucked that elbow. I feel like the elbow's out. It looks a little bit awkward, kind of being poked out like that. I would have kind of like made him lay that elbow down and drop that shoulder and tilt that head up a little bit, because that Kango is kind of like swallowing his head. So I would have probably like had him tilt up a little bit and maybe, like, you know, something, because I feel like the Kango is swallowing his head, and maybe turn to the side a little bit. I don't know. I feel like the straight on looks awkward for him individually, for him as an individual. I know, but I asked who was going 9. You said you agree. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just a little bit. Like, my main thing, I like telling stories. My goal is, like, why would you go to a location to capture someone at a location if you don't show the location? Like, it makes no sense to be at the location if you're gonna photograph them and not show the location. You know, like, especially like with this one. Like, if I wanted to use it as a profile or LinkedIn headshot, I can't, because there's not enough space for me to crop it to show my body and my hands and everything at one time, you know, because these are 9x16s, so I can tell that much at least. This one was fire. I like this one. This was mid moment. He moving. I like this one. I like this image a lot. This one was a lot better than this one right here. Yeah, I like this one a lot right here. I like this one a lot. This one's good. It tells a story too. A little bit more space on the sides, but it gave me a little bit more of what's going on back here. I like that. I like this image a lot. Yeah, I like it. It's dramatic. I like it a lot. It's like a movie cover. I like it. All right. Shot on the T3i. First shoot using flash. Bet. This one right here, all I can say, for one, I would have separated him from the background a little bit, right? So I would have separated him from the background. I would have pulled him forward because I can see this little shadow back here. I would have separated him from the background. And then also, when separating him from the background, I would have... I would separate him from the background, and I would have removed this, of course, we're using Photoshop, but I also would have came down on the color. I can see a little bit of green and yellows. So he has greens and yellows in his skin. I would have kind of came down on that slider using Lightroom, and that'd probably been it. But removing this part, coming down on the greens and yellows on that as well, and moving him from the background. I feel like he's very, very close to the background. I feel like this right here, you can move him from the background. I feel like it's a really harsh shadow on that background, and to make that shadow go away when using a white background, I can see a lot of tints of green in this background also. So I feel like you got to come down that green color slider, and it's overall your white balance. That's definitely what it's telling me, is your white balance wasn't right. And just come forward, just bring him forward away from that background a little bit. This one was a really good one. I like this a lot. Telling a story. I like this a lot. Having him look off. I like this one a lot. Touching the ring. I like this a lot. I don't have nothing to say. I like this a lot. Is that damn string again? Is that like a purposeful string? Maybe not. I don't know. but it's another string right here. If it's not purposeful, definitely remove it. But other than that, I like this image. I use this image a lot. It tells a story. I would clean up this little piece right here, like little parts that I know, especially with them being like, you know, a man of God. I would love to, like, you know, make him look in his purest light. I would remove a lot of the different like things that are like taken away from the image to make it like better. But I do like this. I would give him a little more headspace to show a little bit more of where he's at, to let me know where is he at, you know, where is he at. It's loading. I don't like this one. I don't like this one at all. I feel like the last image was a lot better, and I feel like the other side was his side. So I feel like you could have kept him on that side. When you find out what side's a person's side, you gotta kind of stick to it. And I would also say to zoom out a little bit more. You could have showed more of the body. You should have had him put his ring somewhere, because he kind of looks like he's just standing there. I feel like you didn't tell too much of a story about where he's at. Zoom out more. He's making up 90% of the frame. 10% of it is the background. Definitely could zoom out a lot more. Zoom out more, show more, and probably have had him in a different stance. Because I think he's just kind of there. He's got his hands just there. Like, it's not really like, you know, not a story being told. He's not touching anything, holding on to anything. Kind of want some more story being told with this image. But this image was amazing. Recreate that with this one. This one's a lot more flat as well. The other one popped a little bit more too. All right, on to the next. We got 2 people left and we're done. So my dog Dan, Sony A7 III, Sigma 85 1.4, A with a V860 Mark III. First pick 4x5, second pick 2x3. Client's preference. Third pick 2x3, 2x3. All right, bet. So these were client's preferences. You're basically telling me is that you framed it like that on purpose for the client. All right, cool. Good to know. More headspace. Bring down your shadows, gang. I can tell that you boosted your shadows up hella high. Like, even after the flash being used, the shadows I can tell because of her hair. So I can download this image and I can tell that parts of it that were used was because of that shadow. So if I go down in the shadow, it'll show me the parts that, you see what I'm saying? You pulled too much detail out of the photo from making the shadows too high. So come down in the shadows. When you go up too high in the shadows, it makes them look hyper realistic. You get what I'm saying? So don't go so high on the shadows because they start looking hyper realistic. Come down in those shadows, or leave the shadows kind of where they were before you started editing. You get what I'm saying? So definitely I would have said, like, you know, you see, I can tell from just looking at the image that you went too high on the shadows. So I would have kept it like that. You want her hair color and her skin color to look how it looked before you took the photo. All right. So if her hair was nice and dark or had a nice brown tinge to it, you want to keep it looking as realistic as possible from before you even snap the picture. All right. And the little things that I would have did as a photographer, I probably would have just told her to push her shoulders back always, forever, always and forever. I always tell them shoulders back. I did a whole posing video on YouTube. Go watch it on how to pose people who are not models. Literally what the video is called, how to pose people who aren't models. They tell them to push their shoulders back. You know what I'm saying? Shoulders back at all times, no matter what kind of pose it is, no matter what you're wearing, what you're doing, whatever. And have her push her chest forward because you have her sinking, all right? I did not have her sinking. When you have her sinking, it creates more of a belly, more of a pudge. You want her to push away, all right? Push away, all right? Other than that, I think that was pretty much it I had to say for that image. And her skin color looks probably like it's not really too true to tone. She has like a little gray tinge to it. I would have came down a little bit on, you know, that's what it was. You were too high on your shadows is what it was. Yeah. See, look, I even went down in the highlights and her skin looks more real too. So you probably went too high on the highlights, too high on the shadows, because you could see her skin color coming back already. Like, look, just by me coming down in the highlights, her skin color is coming back. You know what I'm saying? Because I really doubt that she was this white. You know what I'm saying? So bringing it back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And boom, you got an amazing image just from a few little changes. And maybe if you see some yellow, too much yellow in there, or you want to bring some yellow back, you could do that as well. You want her to be a little more tan. However she looked in real life, you want to make her look like that again on the image. Before, after. Before, after, before, after. Right? Cool. Now the next one, same thing again, very nice, it's just good thought, washed out though. I do see some like blurriness. What was in focus? The cup was in focus, but everything else wasn't in focus. Definitely probably too much power on your flash for sure. And shoulders back again. It's gonna be the same thing probably again. Shoulders back. This was a good image. I like this one. I like how soft this one is. This one's good. The whiteness of the skin once again, that's probably just it, like the skin again. But I do like this pose. I would probably have her bring that shoulder back a little bit, and then I'd probably have her look up at me and gave me a little glance. Did one of those, because if you pull that shoulder back, it's gonna hide this back pudge, and you tell her to open her chest up to you a little bit. It's gonna help her stretch that stomach out, right? So for example, if I could tell y'all real quick, like if you have them to the side, you see a lot of pudge. But if you have them stretch, you see how I'm stretching up. You see I'm going from here and I'm stretching up. It stretches that whole stomach out, so it basically alleviates that pudge. But if you have them in, you have them always like crossed in. Everything's gonna be bundled up. You know what I'm saying? Stomach and everything's gonna be bundled up, and that's not what you want. Okay. Another one again. I like this one because you gave a lot more story this time. You did a lot better with this one. I do like this a lot better. She's leaning back heavily. I'd probably have to lean up forward a little bit. And these keys, cuz you could have got them keys out of the frame. You could have removed them free keys out of the frame. Pay attention to detail, cuz. Pay attention to detail. And I always have them point their toes forward. This one was a good one. I would probably had her just point her foot a little bit forward. The first thing I saw when looking at this was this. I'm like, damn, is her leg broke? I would have had her point her foot forward. You know what I'm saying? And I probably would have shot this at a different angle too as the photographer. I would have came to a different little spot. Can you show a inspo photo on the abdomen? Need to learn that. Hold on, let me see if I got one. I think I did one today. Let me see if I got one. I could probably see. So this is a photo I did today. Is this an example? Yeah, it's like, wait, hold on. She was pushed in. There we go. So I had her stretch her body outwards. Like I had her open instead of being like, her resting position was stuck into her shoulders. You get what I'm saying? Oh, damn. So her resting position was stuck into her shoulders. Right? But I had her kind of like stretch her body forward to kind of match with the corset that she had on. I'm trying to find the image that I took before that where she was sinking into it. Because I think I took one on purpose to try to use to learn from. Was it this one? It was this one. She was sinking into her shoulder. So I took this one on purpose because she was sinking into her shoulder. This was not a good one, right? So she sunk into her shoulder, but then I made her push away. So you see how she went from sinking to pushing away. So she pushed away from her shoulder and she stretched her body out more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to show you another one. I had got too much to the side. Boom. So I had her lay out again, trying to like stretch that body back, and I kept having to tell her, especially this client in particular, I had to keep telling her to push her shoulders back. So a lot of the time she had her shoulders forward. I had to keep telling her to pull her shoulders back a lot. So definitely always shoulders, and you can always, as a photographer, if your client doesn't listen to you or they're not getting what you're trying to say, or they can't really do what you want, change your angle. If there's a point in time where you feel like you're not getting what you want as a photographer, just change your angle, because you don't want to argue with the client. Duh. So just change your angle. Change your angle. But no, you're good. You're good. And then you just move. So I moved to like multiple different angles for these photos. This is a birthday photo shoot I did today. So this is just another one I did today. Multiple different angles. Just try to get different stuff. This is one of my favorite poses right now. I give out one of my favorite poses now. I always get detailed because they always love them. I never tell them that I'm taking details, but I'll just take them and then I'll be like, look at this. They're like, oh my God, I love it. Like, I'm always taking details, right? I'm always taking details. I'm always doing little detail photos. You know what I'm saying? Little details. And I always have them turn their torso a little bit to the right. You know what I'm saying? I always have them turn their torso a little bit to the right. Steal it, bro. You're good. Another example. I didn't like how she was posed like this. She was sinking into her thing. So I'm gonna show y'all. This was a good example of the twist. So I had her twist to her side to drop that shoulder out because she was tucked into that shoulder. So I had her turn to her side, but then she didn't get it correctly. So I had to change my angle as the photographer. You get what I'm saying? You can't forget to do details. When you do details, bro, everything looks so much better. And her mom, I always tell y'all, I say details are cool because think about it. People want their Instagrams to look like a Pinterest board. So if they want their Instagram to look like a Pinterest board, how can you give them Pinterestable stuff for it to be your stuff, your photography photos, your touch, right? So give them details like that. I did another one. Her mom was there with her, and I had a crown in studio, and I said, oh my God, I got a cool idea. Bam. I got her mom into it. Her mom was shorter than her. I had her mom get behind her because she had heels on. I had her mom put the crown on her daughter. Details. details. You see what I'm saying? All these are raw photos, so don't do too much. But all these are raw. So I had her mom get in there and literally do some crowning stuff like that. Just little vibes like that. And I always do like a darker one and a lighter one at the same time. Like if I shoot too fast, one of my lights don't flash, and I do it on purpose to like try to get a darker vibe because they might like the darker and they might like the lighter. I'd be doing both at the same time. So I'll get a lighter one and a darker one at the same time because sometimes they might like either or. You know what I'm saying? Tough shot with the mom. I did that for a grad shoot with the cat, right? That bit always gonna hit, and then more detail. They like detail shots, man. It's just little stuff that like everybody doesn't think about that you should think about as the photographer. Details. She got her hair done for a reason, right? Show them edges, show the slay, show the nails. She got it done for a reason. Like people be taking photos of people. You got to think about. They took a lot of time to get these photos. They take a lot of time to get everything done to be able to take these photos. So you have to like really exaggerate and show the things that they took time to get. They took time to get their hair done. Took time to get their nails done. Show it. All right, show it. So back to here. Good job. All right, D. I'm about to end it. I think I'm about to end up this. I think it's this is the last person right here. The last person is Noel. All right, Noel used a Canon 250D and an SL3 DSLR kit lens with a 17-55 kit lens with no IBIS. These are already cropped. This is my first car photo shoot, and it was at a meet and greet type of thing. So okay, bet. So he couldn't really frame up too much because it's a meet and greet. This image is tough. I'm gonna filter through. This image is. Hold on, wait. I wish this one was leveled. And I wish that I could see the side of this arm a little bit. And I also wish that you focused on a little bit more detail and didn't allow me to see your shadow, because you have to know that, oh yeah, the sun's behind me. Let me get out of the way of the car. So you have to try to back up more maybe to where your shadow doesn't cast onto the car, and you zoom in further or something like that, because you did indeed have a 17-55. So maybe you could zoom in fully at 55 mil and back that ass up and get that shot. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like being able to see your shadow on the car. You know what I'm saying? This is an image that I wouldn't personally use on, a portfolio or something like that. All right. Oh, Dan said thank you. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome. I loved your images. Your images are really good. And this one right here is actually a really good image. I like this one a lot. I'm a license plate guy, and then I'm like a detail guy. Bro had to go. Detail had to go. But other than that, I like this image a lot. I probably wouldn't clean up too much. It's a car photo shoot. Like, I feel like it looks pretty good. The watermark, you put that watermark on that bit. Hey, cat. Hey, girl. But I like when everybody keeps the blacks black. I do like that, because sometimes if you put too much shadow on the blacks, they'll become blue. You know what I'm saying? And then overall with this one right here, I like this as well. This is green fluid. We could tell this is a car. V can't really do too much with it when it comes to the inside detail shots. I probably would have came more to the right a little bit and like showed less of this, because the most important part I feel like that you were looking at was the 3.6 liter, you know what I'm saying, with a double V turbo. I feel like that would have been a little bit more like kind of coming to the right and angling it more to the left to see kind of what's over here, so I can see the totality of this. I feel like this should have been framed in the middle rather than having this in there. This could still be in there, but I feel like it being in there too much, taking up one of the frames, kind of, like is added for no reason. So I probably would have came close by this and angled it off this way to have that shot in there. So where now the main frame in the middle of my frame would be this right here. You know what I'm saying? All right. This one right here, good image also as well. I'm not going to try to like nitpick the location itself too much, but once again, your shadow, bro, I just feel like you could have gotten either lower or did something, excuse me, to not have the complete totality of your body as a shadow. I would have moved a little bit on some shit, because the image is rendered unusable when it comes to like, if someone wants to actually use this to grow something or something like that. No, I get you. I know it's a tight space, G. I understand. I know you said it was a meet and greet. I couldn't do too much. I know, but that's just something to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Like, maybe, like, I'm saying that in the sense of maybe you weren't thinking like, oh, my shadow, or oh, my this, or oh, my that. Because I know me, I wouldn't be thinking about that sometimes. Like, if I'm just shooting, I'm not thinking like, oh shit, my shadow. I'm just like, oh, this car hard. I'm about to snap that bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying it now. So when you shoot a car again, being that it was your first time shooting cars, you want to focus on that as well. If you would have came a little bit more over, your shadow would have kind of fell where this shadow fell. You see it? This is a car shadow. You kind of want to hit right up in that little car shadow. You come a little bit more to the right a little bit. You would have showed a little bit more of this car too. You would have had some fire shit. You know what I'm saying? I would even put that bit to the floor and like angled it up if I felt like my shadow was gonna be in it, because I feel like shadows be ruining shit. But other than that, overall, the colors, the reds are red, the reds are redding. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what focus you had on. Was it? But I definitely feel, because the whole front of the car is in focus, and then you have like this part that's a little bit out of focus, which is fine. But I feel like with cars, you relatively would have a higher F. Think about shooting like landscape. You're gonna have your F a lot higher to be able to have a lot more things into focus when you frame it all up. But other than that, good shots, good angles, good shoot for your first time shooting as well. Bread Taxi. This was the final image 2 days ago. Check the teeth again. Oh, you posted the wrong image, yeah, because her teeth look fine in that one. Cause last time I had looked, you had messed the teeth up, cuz. But I think it's gonna be it for y'all. I love y'all. I think I'm done. Nobody else added anything and things of that nature, so I love you guys so much. I'm about to go and eat some food and get my calories in for today. I appreciate everybody who joined in and things of that nature. I go live every day, but I don't do critiques every day. So I do critiques twice a month. So 1 to 2 times a month. If I'm really, really booked on Sunday, if I get a wedding on Sunday, then I won't do it again. Did I stop Twitch streams? I did, only because like I want to focus on growing one thing, and like I don't want to feel like I'm forced to make people subscribe to me by paying in order for them to get the knowledge that I want to give out. YouTube is free, and it's a lot easier for me to get directly to my target audience rather than kind of like feeling like I'm forcing somebody to pay money to be able to watch me when I already did it on Patreon. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? It made me feel bad. Like, I don't know. It just made me as a regular person kind of feel bad. I don't know. But I feel like it's a lot easier to reach my target audience for YouTube, because y'all, like I got 13 new subscribers just from this one live alone, just by talking to you guys and giving you guys free game. So I feel like it's a lot better and a lot easier, because my overall goal is to build PNG culture as big as possible, and the fastest way and best way for me to do that is between TikTok and YouTube. So I just do it on YouTube and TikTok, because YouTube, it'll push the live out to a lot of people who are just looking up photography stuff, and like that's the number one used search platform. So I'm gonna just rock out on that bit, because I was doing Twitch, but I'd average 1 view, and it was myself for the entire stream, so it just made no sense. And I was just like, you know what, I'll do it once in a while. Like I feel like I'll hit that button, because right there I can hit it to go. But yeah, what's y'all aspect ratio? I shoot 4:3, but when I crop really a lot. I shoot 3:2 and crop 4:3. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 3:2. I use the full sensor, and then I crop it to 4:2. Right? You see what I'm saying? I'll pop up randomly for everybody. Make sure you're in the Discord though, so you could like also join. But the Discord is free. A lot of people don't have Discord, but just download it so you can be in the group chat, because I promise you don't want to not be in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the time zone is hard. Yeah, that is very true. So definitely join the Discord. But also, I'm gonna do this once. I think I'm gonna do it at the end of every month. I think I'm gonna do it at the end of every month. So at the end of the month, I'm gonna do another live, or in 2 weeks. So probably like the second weekend of October, I might do it. But I need to make sure that I have enough submissions. If I don't have enough submissions, it's gonna be like, hard to do so. But make sure you're in the Discord. Make sure you join your stuff as well. And I'm gonna be dropping the hoodies, you guys. The hoodies and the t-shirts will be dropping on the 1st of this month in the week. The hoodies and t-shirts, the passion, no gatekeeping. We got like 13 different colors, gang. Y'all could whatever color you want. We got red, we got burgundy. Shit, we got where to list that? We got, where's it at? I don't even know where to list that. We got red. I don't know where to list that. We got red, we got burgundy, we got pink, we got hot pink, we got light pink, we got black, we got charcoal gray, we got military green, we got that military green, which is like olive or whatever. And yeah, Atlanta's not confirmed. I'm waiting because I need enough people to say yes, bro. Like, I don't want to get done up crazy, because like I my first New York one went really good, but when I planned the second New York one, I had like 3 people show up, and I was like, damn, I came all this way for 3 people to show up, and I was promoting that bit for a whole month, bro. And I went and 3 people showed up, and I was like, wow. So that's where it's like I'm like, I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared to get left high and dry again. That's my only thing. I'm scared to get high and dry. Are the earrings new? Yes. Purr. But thank you, girl. But yeah, so I do want to do it for a fact. But I want to make sure. I had somebody reach out and say like they have some horses out there in Atlanta that they would let us use, but they're gonna charge me for it, obviously. But if it's for the workshop, it's worth it. I just want to make sure that enough people show up to whatever I end up doing. I don't like, you know what I'm saying, because I do everything for free, so I don't want, you know, to have a big ad, you know what I'm saying, like a big plan and then nothing turns out the way that I want, especially with me like not getting paid for the stuff that I do. So yeah, horses, bro. Fucking horses. They reached out and was like, bro, we'll let you use our stable with the horses and stuff like that. Bling, bling, blam. So we'll see. Cowboy taxi is tough. But we'll see, man. We'll see if that like goes to plan. Right? The horse shoe would be tough. I know, bro. I just want to make sure that it makes sense for it. You know what I'm saying? Because my goal is like to really have, I want to have like the best, biggest workshops. And I want them to be cool to where I can get sponsored, so I don't have to charge any of you guys anything. Like I want you guys to be able to come and learn and get this free game and like just have the same, like everybody want to see everybody win, everybody want to see everybody grow. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to do that. Any workshops in Miami someday? Yeah, no, for sure, 1,000%. Definitely gonna do it in Miami after I get these next few episodes out of Miami, because I did the Miami. I got a Miami series. I got multiple different series going, but the Miami series right now is the timed series where I shoot in Miami for like a timed portion. I had like 3 down there already so far. It was like a 20-minute challenge, 5 locations in 20 minutes, different stuff like that. I'm about to do another one on the 1st. I'm about to do another series in Miami again. I got 2 more episodes planned for out there to shoot for you guys. Those are going to be tough for me to get out for y'all. I'm going to try to like, you know, get it out as fast as possible, of course. But then I started a new series called Shooting Random Strangers, where I like, you know, but it's all of this is underneath Anything for the Shot. So Anything for the Shot is the series, like the overall season name. So the season or the show or whatever we call it would be the Anything for the Shot series, but then we have micro series underneath it or seasons within it. So the series is Anything for the Shot, but then the seasons is like you have the timed seasons where it's like, you know, 20 minutes photo shoot, 40-minute photo shoot, 12-minute photo shoot, things like that. And then you have the other ones where it's like, you know what I'm saying, so you got to do a certain pose or a certain challenge or whatever, you know what I'm saying. Then you have Shooting Random Strangers, which is like going up to random strangers and like trying to get them to do something for a challenge. So it's a lot of stuff that's coming to the channel, bro. I'm very excited for sure. I'm from Belize. Everyone here is from the U.S. Not everybody's from the U.S. A lot of people in the chat are not from the U.S. whatsoever. That's why they're not on right now, because a lot of them have different time zones than us as well. But we have people from all over, gang, all over. So yeah, but I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for joining the chat today. That was very like thoughtful of y'all. Like this biz was really deep today, so I thank you guys. I'm gonna be uploading the kind of like edited version of this onto Patreon, the more so chopped up, and make it a little bit more organized for the Patreon as well, and give like a kind of like a script of like what was said and like kind of like help, different stuff like that. So yeah, let me know what you guys else want to see down below. After this live ends, please join the Discord. After this live ends, leave a like on this. If you haven't watched any of the most recent videos, please watch them. And as always, I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Continue shooting. Do anything for your shot. Don't let anybody out here tell you, you know what I'm saying, right from wrong. Why do you call yourself Taxi? I don't call myself Taxi. I get this question all the time. Somebody answer that for me, please? Somebody answer that for me, please. I answer that always with my last name is Hall. I'm like, oh, why do you call yourself? My last name is Hall. That's the best way I can explain to you. My last name is Hall. Like, does that help you out? Does that help you out? My last name's Hall, gang. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Alex. My last name's Hall. Why is your name Tax? Because my last name's Hall. That's why. Because my last name is Hall. But love you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next one. Things of that nature. Let me know down below what you guys want to see. Join the Discord and things of that nature. Oh, that's what I'm going to tell you guys. I created a new tier on the Patreon where I'm gonna start doing like what's it called? I'm gonna start doing group Zooms, like group FaceTimes, I don't know if y'all really give a fuck about that, but I'm gonna try to do it, and it might be kind of cool. Where like we do group Zooms or group FaceTimes, like everybody can share their screen, and we're all on FaceTime together. Like everybody can share their screen, like whatever you're having problems with, you can actually like talk me through that question. I think that would be really tough. So I started a new tier for that in particular. That's going to be starting up this month on the 1st. I'm going to start doing stuff like that and like, let it build and stuff like that to where everybody can like join in, share their screen, or maybe even share, like maybe they're out on location, their Zoom, and then we can show you in person. Like maybe I do a Zoom in the studio and I can talk to you guys through the lighting setup, shit like that, like one-on-one help. I'm about to get very surgical and very intentional with the Patreon. I'm about to start posting a lot of stuff in there. I just posted a real raw and unfiltered behind the scenes POV where I put my camera on the POV chest mount and I just go through a whole photo shoot. I do a whole photo shoot, real raw, unfiltered, no cuts, no nothing. And you guys are POV with me with a real live client. I'm filming everything, our conversation and everything is documented, recorded for Patreon to see. So I started doing that, and I think that's going to be a really cool series to do for Patreon only, not YouTube. But I think it's going to be really, really tough. So I think it's going to be tough. That thing's going to be tough. There should be a time limit. What do you think? Time limit of what? Time limit of what? Of like the lives of the FaceTimes? Of the live FaceTimes, definitely it will be. It's gonna be like I was thinking like an hour. I feel like an hour would be chill, but it needs to be enough time for everybody to be able to get their questions in. That's the only thing. Like maybe like 2 hours, maybe like 6 to 8. I probably like on a Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. Yeah, definitely time limit of screen sharing for sure for each person. Yeah. We'll see. I'm gonna see how I could do that. This is new. This is like I ain't even did one yet. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be very new. But the other thing, I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be fun. Like, give each person. So I get what you mean. So one person is not yapping for an hour. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just be real. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm like, hey, bro, don't get up here showing your screen for fucking ever, gang. I'm gonna take that bit off. If you hit a 5-minute mark, get your screen off the camera. It's somebody else's turn. But I think that would be tough. But I also don't know how many people would actually join either. Like I feel like maybe it'll only be like 10 or like 5 or 3. I don't know. And if only one person joined and shit, we got a one-on-one for an hour. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is. But I love you guys. I'm trying to find a way to help you guys out a lot more and try to be a lot more tailored to one-on-ones. If you guys want a one-on-one call, I have the link on my thing. If you guys do a one-on-one call, it's $100. Yes, it's $100, but you don't have to buy that bit, bro. Just join the Discord, you'll be fine. Or join the Patreon, you'll be fine. You don't have to. But if you want a 1-hour call with me, one-on-one tailored to your business, it's $100. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. I get those questions a lot. That's why I just wanted to ask it. That's why I wanted to answer it real quick so I can get it out of the air and stop getting asked it. So, yeah. But I love you guys. Until next time, gang. I'm about to go make some content for the Patreon. I got to go edit for them and things of that nature. Love y'all. Until next time. Taxi. Yeah.